We welcome you to Jonesboro, Arkansas, where this afternoon Arkansas State will play host to Georgia Southern. It's a cool and cloudy Saturday afternoon, and it's senior day here for the Arkansas State University Red Wolves. You're watching Sunbelt Conference football on ESPN+. And hi, everybody. Along with Pete Cordelli, I'm Roger Twaddle. It is great to be with you. Well, Pete, quite a matchup here today. We've got one team that loves to throw the football, another team that loves to run the football. So let's talk about that passing team first.
Yeah, Arkansas State under Blake Anderson has done a tremendous job for the last 6 years that he has been here. They started out with Logan Bonner, who was really playing well. Then after the fourth game of the season, Lane Hatcher comes in, the transfer from Alabama. He's throwing the ball at a 68.5%
1, 2, 3,
completion
4.
rate, and he's got the #1 receiver in the country, and Omar Bayless, to do it with. There he is throwing the deep ball up the sideline to Bayless, and as you can see, Bayless is explosive. Hatcher finding the deep end again to his #1 guy, and then you're going to find Lane Hatcher, eyes downfield, steps up in the pocket as he slides left. Touchdown to Kirk Merritt, who is also has 10 touchdowns on the season. Big throw right there to Jonathan Adams. For Georgia Southern, it's #1, Shy Werts. This guy is so quick from point A to point B, 205 pounds, makes people miss, and he is the reason why this Georgia Southern offense is so difficult to defend. They start out with a little option action to the left. He turns it up inside, and then he progresses to the outside, sees that he's bottled up, but continues to run behind this big offensive line. Here, he fakes the toss to the left, comes back looking inside, finds the receiver crossing left to right for the touchdown. Werts is dangerous with his feet and throwing the football as well.
So Arkansas State and Georgia Southern, both 6-4 and 4-2 in conference play, set to go in Jonesboro, Arkansas. And welcome back to Centennial Bank Stadium here in Jonesboro as we're getting set for this matchup in the Sun Belt Conference between Arkansas State and Georgia Southern. Cloudy skies, 47 degrees, some wind out of the north at 14 miles per hour, and not much of a forecast for rain, but who knows, maybe a little bit. Right now with more on Senior Day, here's Maya Garrett.
Thank you, Roger. Well, today's a really special day at Centennial Bank Stadium because there's going to be 17 guys who walk across the field and be honored in a Senior Day ceremony. 10 of these guys have already received degrees from Arkansas State. 8 of them have won at least one Sun Belt title, and then there's another 6 who have received Sun Belt Conference honors. So it's just really special that they get that one last opportunity to just compete in front of their home fans against a very talented Georgia Southern squad. Roger, back to you.
All right, Maya, thank you very much. Georgia Southern will kick off. That's Tyler Bass, and back deep for Arkansas State will be Kirk Merritt and Brandon Bowling. And Bowling makes the call for the fair catch, and Arkansas State will have it first here today.
It's an opportunity for Arkansas State after they won the toss to gain another possession, because when you face an option offense, Roger, they control the ball so much. You have to be very efficient offensively and be very productive. So it'll be interesting to see what the Red Wolves come out with.
And there's a quarterback, Lane Hatcher, the redshirt freshman from Little Rock, 17 touchdown passes on the year, over 1,800 yards. And they've got it 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line, and Hatcher will throw it immediately, and he immediately finds that man, Omar Bayless, as the pass completion will take the football down to the 45-yard line. 18 yards on the pickup right there as they mark it at the 43.
Run pass option, great throw by Lane Hatcher, excellent catch by the #1 receiver in the country, Omar Bayless.
That's Merritt in motion. And the handoff goes to Marcel Murray, and nothing working there. He's dropped for a loss of about 3 by Randy Ware Jr., a 6'2", 270-pound junior. And he is a force on the defense for Georgia Southern.
Yeah, Randy Wade is what they call the dog position for this Georgia Southern defense, and I promise you, He is a specimen. He runs, he drops in coverage, but he can also rush the passer very well.
So after the loss of 3 on that carry by Murray, it sets up a 2nd down and 13, and Hatcher wants to come near side, and he's got his receiver Jonathan Adams over there near midfield, and they will spot it at the 48-yard line.
3-man rush by Georgia Southern that time as Wade drops into coverage, but Jonathan Adams, the single receiver into the boundary that time, running a nice stop route. Hatcher puts the ball right on him.
4 receivers for Arkansas State on a 3rd down and 5. Just short of midfield, and Hatcher with plenty of time to throw the football. And wide open is Merritt. Merritt inside the 40, down to the 37-yard line.
Excellent job by Arkansas State of putting 2 receivers in the flats. Curl route, and then Kirk Merritt from his slot position on the left side comes in over the ball and sits down. It's called a spacing route. Lane Hatcher finds Kirk Merritt for the 1st down.
1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Fake to Murray. Hatcher eludes 1 rusher, going deep and overthrows his intended receiver, Jonathan Adams. Pressure that time by Donald Rutledge, or in the coverage, excuse me, Donald Rutledge back there.
Yeah, Hatcher has a little pressure from his right side, has to step up and throws that ball a little bit long, but Arkansas State had what they wanted. Just a little bit too far on the deep ball.
Once again, 4 receivers, 2 to the top of your screen, 2 to the near side on 2nd down and 10. And Hatcher's going to carry it, and he slides across the 30. Looked like a little option there, Pete.
Well, we saw that in the open, but we saw it with Shy Werts.
Yeah.
You fake the toss to the right. The linebackers expand very quickly, and it's another way of running the quarterback draw. Excellent run by Lane Hatcher.
Nicely done by Hatcher right there. And once again, he's going to carry the football. And he'll be close to the 1st down inside the 30. Needed to get to about the 28. So we'll see where they put the spot. It looks like it's going to be at the 29.
Yeah, that time the linebacker stayed inside, stepped up and forced Lane Hatcher to bounce it out around his left tackle. But the outside linebacker for Georgia Southern recovered very well, made the tackle.
Ellis was in there on the tackle. So it's 4th and 1 now. Murray gets the carry, and he'll drive straight ahead. That's going to be close. So we'll see where the officials mark the football.
I think we're going to call for a measurement on this, see how close it is.
And the Georgia Southern players are pretty excited. They're saying we're going the other way here. And that's what it's going to be. So a 4th down stop for Georgia Southern.
Yeah, Marcel Murray didn't get the ball past the 29-yard line, and like you said, Roger, the line to make was the 28. So turn the ball over on downs to this explosive Georgia Southern offense.
Yeah, so moving it nicely through the air there. And there's Shy Werts, junior from Clinton, South Carolina. Missed some games early in the year, but he has been playing at a very high level of late. And they've got it 1st and 10 from the 29. Looking to throw it immediately and finds a receiver, Darian Anderson, who drops the football. That's a bit of a surprise there for Georgia Southern. Pete, they average about 9 passes a game?
Yeah, they average 9 passes a game, and all of a sudden they're going to come out and throw it to Darian Anderson, the outside receiver on the left side. But Arkansas State coming out in a little bit different defensive front today. Last few games have been in a 3-man front. Today they're in a 4-man front, covering both guards.
Now on 2nd and 10, split backs. And Werts will hand it off. Streaking down the middle of the field, Wesley Kennedy is finally brought down at the 15-yard line by Jeremy Smith.
Missed tackles on the inside that time. Allowed Kennedy to explode up the middle. Thurman gets doubled. Mario Brown cannot fold back inside to make the tackle, and that shows you the speed of Wesley Kennedy.
55 yards on the run for Wesley Kennedy III, and Georgia Southern's got it 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. And once again, Kennedy on the right side. He'll get about 3 on that play. The other thing to note for the Georgia Southern offense today, Pete, is that J.D. King is not playing today.
Right.
Yeah. Other running back that
he transferred from Oklahoma State. He did not make the trip. He was banged up a week ago. But Kennedy's been their guy. And the number one run in this offense, they call it dive option because they want to establish the inside run between the guards and the center. In the last 2 plays, that's where the football's gone for Georgia Southern.
Matt LaRoche in at running back now for Georgia Southern on a 2nd down and 8. And Wirtz will keep it. And Wirtz gets a couple down to about the 5-yard line.
Nice job on the left side of the defensive line for Arkansas State. Jeff Mario Brown playing the outside 5 technique on the outside shoulder of the offensive tackle, forces the ball back inside to the help. And Kevin Thurman, Tajay Chambers, Caleb Bonner all on the inside there.
So 3rd down, and let's call it 6. Kennedy back in there. And Kennedy's going to keep it inside the 5. Gets maybe 3, but it's going to be well short of the 1st down. Anthony Switzer came up to make the tackle.
Talk about a freshman that's playing very good football. It's Anthony Switzer. This guy has come on and gotten better every week for Arkansas State.
So that's going to bring up a field goal situation for Georgia Southern on a 4th down and 4, and that'll bring on Tyler Bass. So looks like they'll spot it at the 16, so a 26-yard attempt for the senior, who's made 15 out of 23 this year.
Had one blocked.
And that kick is up, and it's good. So Georgia Southern, after that 55-yard run by Kennedy, they get 3 at 9:19 left to go in the 1st quarter against Arkansas State. And welcome back here to Jonesboro as Georgia Southern getting set to send the kickoff down in the direction. There's Kirk Merritt, number 13, also back for Arkansas State, Brandon Bowling. As Tyler Bass, who just converted the field goal to give Georgia Southern a 3-0 lead here in the early going. A good stop by their defense on a 4th and 1, and then the 55-yard run by Kennedy. And that's a low line drive kick that Merritt will take at the 6-yard line. And Merritt with a little bit of space, Merritt to the 35, and finally brought down at the 36-yard line. So good field position for the Red Wolves.
It's interesting that on all kickoff returns that Kirk has returned this year, he's on the right side, and they're always trying to work between the left hash and the numbers on the left side of the field because he's trying to run away from that coverage and just find that seam. So nice return by Kirk Merritt.
Yeah, and as we take a look at the starting lineup there for Arkansas State, the offensive line has stayed intact throughout the course of the year. Jacob Still did miss a couple of games, but it's a young offensive line on the tackles. And a little confusion there. Hatcher will keep it, and he can't get to the edge, and he's going to lose a yard as Kendrick Duncan was the man who came up to make the tackle. 6'3", 225-pound sophomore, and there's the defense for Georgia Southern.
Yeah, Duncan in run support, he's their 3rd leading tackler. Coming in this game, he had 61, but he's a big guy. 6'3", 225. Yeah. He's like a linebacker.
Absolutely.
And he fills downhill very quickly and makes the tackle in open space.
So on 2nd down, Hatcher now trying to throw it over to the far side in the direction of Omar Bayless, but it was a low throw. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down situation. Kendall Vildor was there on the coverage for Georgia Southern.
Vildor was voted on as the Defensive Player of the Year in the preseason voting back in July by the coaches of the Sun Belt Conference. He's already been invited to the Senior Bowl.
And now Arkansas State faced with a 3rd down and 11, 8:34 left to go here in the 1st quarter. And pressure now from the outside, and Hatcher running with the football, trying to throw it downfield to Adams, who makes a great catch. And there's a penalty marker down, but Adams went up with one hand and pulled it in at the 35-yard line.
Jonathan Adams showing his athletic ability, 6'3", 210, but with a 37-inch vertical jump. He extends that hand and pulls it. Can I say this? Watch it.
Pass interference. Defense, number 20. Penalties decline. He's open to plays a completed catch for a first down.
He was practicing one-handed catches. And it pays off right there. Great job by Lane Hatcher, though, of escaping from the pressure, keeping his eyes downfield, and making that throw to Jonathan Adams.
30 yards on the pickup. And, yeah, Hatcher did a great job because he had a lot of pressure. Play fake to Murray, going to Bayless, and incomplete down inside the 5-yard line. Vildor was there on the coverage.
Now that's twice. First series we saw a deep ball thrown down the right sideline. It was overthrown. That's the second. Wonder if the wind has a factor on the field because it's blowing from the north to the south.
Yeah, so
yes, sir.
It's with the Arkansas State at the moment. So that's a good point, Pete. And now 2nd and 10 for Lane Hatcher and the Red Wolves. Marcel Murray, the running back, he's had ankle problems throughout the year. He gets the carry on the right side. He's got some room, and all the way down to the 23-yard line. Looks like they're spotted maybe at the 22, and that'll be enough for the first down as Duncan was over there on the tackle.
I got to tell you, though, Ernesto Ramirez, the right tackle, did a tremendous job of sealing the outside, allowing Marcel Murray to bounce it outside and get that first down. Nice job, Ernie.
1st and 10 from the 22-yard line. And Murray will get it again. And maybe a yard there as Parker Devine and A.J. Watkins were there to make the stop. Marcel Murray has had an outstanding year, even though he's had the ankle problem. I mean, he's played through the injury, had to sit out 3 games, but goodness, they really need him today. And Pete, as we get set for the 2nd down and 10, split backs there now.
Kirk Merritt's in the backfield.
Merritt's in the backfield. They're going to throw it out to Merritt, and he's not able to turn the corner. There's a penalty marker now being thrown in the vicinity of where Javonis Isaac was. So let's see what that particular call is.
Could be a hold on Javonis. Kendrick Duncan coming downhill very quickly. He may have lowered his head and initiated contact. Well, they're pointing back.
Yeah, they're pointing back to Arkansas State.
Yeah.
Offense, number 81, 10-yard penalty, repeat 2nd down.
Marshall Lewis, the referee, because on that particular play, watch this.
Yeah, this is the defensive technique. Oh, it's number 5. And Javonis has that left arm wrapped around and pulls him down to the ground.
Well, I don't know. Jay Boundry's number 5. He got a pretty good hit in there. I didn't see a lot of holding.
That's the way you defeat it, though, Roger, on defense. You know, but once that arm goes around somebody, those officials are going to throw that flag most of the time.
That's going to bring up a 2nd down and 20 with just over 7 minutes to go here. And going to Adams. He makes a catch! A touchdown!
Wow!
And I want to tell you, Brinson was hanging on.
Yes. Wow.
To Jonathan Adams, and what a spectacular grab by number 9. His 3rd touchdown reception of the year.
The hometown guy putting on a show for the hometown crowd.
32 yards on the touchdown pass from Lane Hatcher to Jonathan Adams.
Jonathan Adams from Jonesboro High School right here in Jonesboro, Arkansas. All 6'3", 210 pounds of him.
He's a great athlete. Played on the basketball team last year. They needed some help. And
was on the state high school championship basketball team at Jonesboro. But he just, that's the big difference, I think, in the receivers right now, Roger. They're catching through contact.
So now the guy on the field is completed catch for a touchdown. Previous play is under further review.
So they're going to review this. And what they're going to see is the defensive back for Georgia Southern just holding on.
All right, the corner for Georgia Southern turns the inside, bails, and he grabs his jersey. He's in the end zone.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, his hip comes down. Jonathan Adams does a great job.
Monquavian Brinson was goodness, he's got his hands full today with Adams. That's his second spectacular catch.
What Georgia Southern plays in the secondary is called trap coverage. And the corners turn inside, like giving a man look, and they let the outside receiver run. But if he goes vertical, that corner's got to chase. And the receiver then stacks and puts him in a trail, puts the defensive back in a trail position. And right there, as he went by, we saw the hand of number 4 reach out.
The ruling on the field stands. Touchdown.
So there you go.
Yeah, I mean, Brinson was doing everything he can. But that is great focus and concentration on Jonathan Adams. And how about Lane Hatcher? Making another great throw into the short side of the field.
Well, you know, Pete, when you have a receiver like that, you just got to get it in the general vicinity. It doesn't have to be a perfect pass.
And he's got 3 of them.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. You're exactly right.
So Blake Grupe on to attempt the point after. And that is good. So 6:54 left to go here in the first quarter. Arkansas State has taken the lead. Touchdown pass from Hatcher to Jonathan Adams. And welcome back. Arkansas State with a 7-3 lead over Georgia Southern here on Senior Day in Jonesboro, Arkansas.
And it's the junior putting on the show.
Yes. Right there.
The junior, Jonathan Adams, number 9. Hometown guy. What a great first quarter he has had.
But you think about Bayless, and then you think about Merritt, and then you still got to contend with that guy, right?
Exactly.
I mean, it's Grupe. The kick downfield.
Mm-hmm. Fair catch.
And didn't see. I believe it is, Pete. Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't really raise his arm up. He had his arm like right by his shoulder. It was a short deal. Those guys need to make it more distinctive and put that elbow above your head, hand above your head, and go side to side.
So here's a look at the Georgia Southern Eagles starting lineup, and they've had to move some people around up front, Pete.
Yeah, they Lawrence Edwards, backer, the center. Jake Edwards in his 6th year.
They've had some injury problems with their offensive line as the ball carried on the left side, and that was Wesley Kennedy III. Anthony Switzer once again came up to make the tackle. So this Arkansas State Red Wolves defense had been in that 3-man front last couple of games, and they changed that around today.
Now, because of all the misdirection that Georgia Southern runs, you cover the guards, and once the guard pulls, you move with them, and you're trying to get penetration upfield. That was an excellent job on that last play to hold it to no gain. A little misdirection.
2nd down at 10. 7-3 Arkansas State leading Georgia Southern. And the handoff to the right side, and boy, nothing given right there. Good job by that defense. Gerald Green, the ball carrier, the freshman, the true freshman, just his 10th carry of the year, and he's going to see some action today because of the absence of J.D. King.
Right.
Takua Hoye was the man in the middle to make the stop, and that will bring up a 3rd down and 9 now. So in 3rd and long situations, are they going to pass more often than not, or is that still just?
They're going to fake the ball and then get Shai Werts out on the perimeter with a run-pass option for himself. And so if he doesn't have a receiver open, he can run it.
3 receivers split to the top.
Arkansas State 3-man front right now.
Pressure from the outside, and Werts is going to run it, and he has got the 1st down and more as he's all the way down to the 45-yard line. So Werts deciding to run with the football, and there's an Arkansas State player down in the field there. It looks like Antonio Fletcher, 20 yards on the pickup.
Well, when you go to the 3-man front, you drop 8 that time. Werts is looking to his right. He sees no one there, pulls the ball down. No one spying. Werts defensively allows him to run for the 1st down. He saw it pretty quick, and with his ability to run the football and his acceleration, you got to get him on the ground quick.
So got a timeout on the field here. 5:20 left to go in the first. We'll take a pause.
Timeout on the field for an injured player.
And welcome back here to Jonesboro. 5:20 left to go in the first quarter. Arkansas State leads it by 7-3. Shai Werts just showed you right there why he is so valuable to this offense. 20 yards on that pickup, and it just becomes really difficult to defend it at times.
And sometimes you have to have one guy just responsible for the quarterback in those types of situations. That time, Shai Werts found the opening. Big run, big first down for Georgia Southern.
From the 45-yard line. Werts hands it off and nothing doing. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage there as Caleb Bonner, first player to come up and make the tackle on LaRoche.
The way that Arkansas State is playing this four-man front now, Carbonell and Thurman, the two inside guys. Well, here you see the impact players. Wesley Kennedy, we saw his impact with a 55-yard run in the first series. And then the leading sack guy in the Sun Belt Conference, number 7, William Bradley King for the Arkansas State Red Wolves.
Second down at 10. Werts pitches it. Still on his feet and finally brought down at the 40 is Matt LaRoche. Anthony Switzer finally with the tackle, but that's one of the plays, Pete, when you're scouting this team. Goodness, so many things good can happen for Georgia Southern out of that formation.
Exactly, and it's lead option. Number 12 is the lead blocker. They pitch the ball, but you still have to make tackles. But getting the ball on the perimeter and finding the open space. First down, Georgia Southern.
Yeah,
keep the chains moving.
14 yards in the pickup, and they just stretched the field so much on that particular play.
Your angles of pursuit have to be very good.
First down, handoff up the middle, and just finding nowhere to go is LaRoche. He literally ran into the wall there.
Carbonell and Thurman are doing a very good job inside on Edwards, Becker, Lawrence Edwards, Jake Edwards, and Peyton Becker, the center and 2 guards for Georgia Southern. Lost yardage play on first down. That's huge to make Georgia Southern have to play from behind the chains now.
So many injuries on defense for Arkansas State this year, and conversely, Georgia Southern has had injuries to their offensive line. So a loss of 3, that'll bring up a second down and 13. And Werts will pitch it back. Kennedy finds some room, and he is finally brought down at about the 31-yard line. That's going to be close to the first down.
It was very well defended, and then B.J. Edmonds ran inside the pitchback, which allowed him to get outside. And as you see, Kennedy, they're forcing Shai to pitch the football, and then B.J. runs inside behind the running back rather than keeping the ball on his inside shoulder and forcing it to the boundary, which allows Georgia Southern to get the first down again.
Yeah, 14 yards on the pickup. And 48 Cam Brown is checked into the game. He's over on the right side. The handoff, a missed tackle in the backfield, and Gerald Green able to get across the 25 to about the 23-yard line. And this is the other thing. When you get the opportunity, you've got to finish that tackle.
Oh, yeah, they're in the right places right now. Arkansas State's defensive players in the right place. Now you have to finish the play and make the tackle. Tajay Chambers had him for really a lost yardage play and couldn't quite complete the tackle and finish the play.
Second down and 2, less than 2 minutes to go here, first quarter. Georgia Southern on the move. Handoff right up the middle to Gerald Green, and that will be close to the first down. This is a team, Georgia Southern, that ranks 12th in the nation in rushing offense, over 255 yards a game. Matter of fact, there are 5 Sun Belt Conference teams in the top 30 in the nation in running football.
You know, and Georgia Southern can grind you. Yep. They're like Army, Air Force, Navy with just they grind on the defense with their approach to dive first, quarterback on the perimeter, and then getting the ball pitched.
Third down and 1. Kennedy gets it. Eludes one tackler, knocked out of bounds. And let's see where they spot it at about the 23-yard line. So that's going to be short of the first down.
Excellent pursuit by Ramonique that time to come up and force the ball from getting turned upfield. and knocking Kennedy out of bounds.
Yeah, Jarius Romanique, the true freshman, who's really stepped in here in the second half of the year, Pete, done a really nice job.
Well, and again, you know, the injuries like you alluded to earlier, Roger, in the secondary, and now Romanique stepping up big.
So that'll bring up a 4th down and 2 for Georgia Southern. Kennedy's a running back. And he gets the call, still moving.
I don't think he made it.
That's going to be real close. That is going to be real close. So Georgia Southern earlier in the first quarter stopped Arkansas State on a 4th and 1 inside the 30. Let's see if the Red Wolves can turn the tables.
I believe we're going to have a measurement here. The referee is signaling for the change to come in from the far side. This is going to be really close, but from up here, I don't think he's made it. Nice job by the right side of the Arkansas State defense. Short.
It is. And Arkansas State will take over with 44 seconds left to go in the first quarter. And they are fired up, led by Darian Jackson right there.
Boy, they should be. What a great defensive stand right there to get the ball back for the Red Wolf offense. Excellent penetration, not allowing that ball carrier to go forward behind his big offensive line.
So both teams now have had a good stop on 4th and 1, and Lane Hatcher will lead his team out there. Jacob Still, the center, calling out signals to the offensive line. Jamal Jones is in there at running back right now. And he's going to get the call. He's got some room. And Jones up to the 30. Gain of about 8 on the play. Renard Ellis came over to make the tackle.
Again, Ernesto Ramirez, number 73, the right tackle for the Red Wolves, doing a great job stepping outside with his right foot, hooking the defensive end for Georgia Southern and allowing that ball to bounce outside for a big gain.
2nd down and 2. And again, Jones and across the 35 to the 37. You make a good point about Ramirez. He's a junior college transfer.
Yes.
Okay, sophomore. Jared Horst, the left tackle, a junior college transfer, sophomore. I mean, the fact that these guys have played all year and they have gotten better.
Continuity is the key.
It takes some time with an offensive lineman, but they've been learning on the job, and I think they've done pretty well.
Yes, sir.
Now Hatcher going deep downfield to Adams. How about that? Touchdown! Goodness sakes, Lane Hatcher. Jonathan Adams, 63 yards on the connection.
And Fuego. And Fuego, they are on fire here in the first quarter in Jonesboro, which was the last play of the first quarter. But Adams on the deep post route. Hatcher steps up, puts enough air under it, hits him in stride, and no one's going to catch number 9. Touchdown, Red Wolves.
You thought for a moment maybe he overthrew him.
We saw a little extra burst.
There was a burst right there, I want to tell you.
And the way he looked the ball into his hands, you could see the concentration out of J.A.
And the extra point good by Blake Groupie. So we've completed the first quarter of play for Jonesboro.
Good.
And it's been the connection of Lane Hatcher to Jonathan Adams, and Arkansas State leads it 14-3.
Great protection, clean pocket.
And welcome back. Roger Twabell along with Pete Cordelli and Maya Garrett. Great to be with you on this Saturday from Jonesboro, Arkansas, where after the first quarter, Arkansas State with a 14-3 lead. And how about Jonathan Adams Jr.? 4 catches, 132 yards, a couple of touchdowns.
There you see his receiver coach, Kyle Cefalo, talking to the group of receivers. Kyle has done a tremendous job with this group as well. And what a great teacher. He's fun to watch at practice. His energy and enthusiasm, and it carries over to this group. And but Jonathan Adams from right here in Jonesboro putting on a show. But how about Lane Hatcher? Again, and Roger, the wind coming out of the north.
Yes.
And when you said, we were talking during the break, it looked like the ball might be overthrown again.
Yeah.
Adams put on a burst to go catch it.
Very impressive.
Catch it in stride and get it into the end zone. 14-3, Arkansas State.
It's really difficult as we take a look at Wesley Kennedy III back there to receive the kick from Damon Fonchen to cover 3 quality receivers.
Yes.
I mean, and today, okay, Bayless, okay, Merritt. No, let's make it the Jonathan Adams show today.
Well, remember, Merritt made a great catch on third down.
He did. Sure did.
For a 20-yard gain on an earlier drive, and the Omars made a catch, but Jonathan Adams in the one-on-one matchups has just absolutely dominated the Georgia Southern secondary in this first quarter.
So Damon Fonchen, the senior, set to kick it off for Arkansas State. Short high kick, and it's going to be fielded at the 30 and across the 30 to the 32-yard line, and that's where the Eagles of Georgia Southern put it into play. Carter was the man that made the catch.
Dexter Carter, big guy, 6 foot 195. He's a wide receiver. Let's see what Georgia Southern does offensively to adjust to this 4-man front now that they've had a whole quarter to see this new defensive look that Arkansas State has come out with today.
Wirtz wants to throw the football. Throwing it deep downfield to Hood and nearly intercepted. Caleb Hood, the intended receiver. B.J. Edmonds was back there on the coverage.
And William Bradley King with the pressure on Shy Wirtz. And nice job by B.J. Edmonds running stride for stride in phase with the wide receiver from Georgia Southern. So Georgia Southern said, hey, Arkansas State, if you can do it, let's see if we can do it too.
And they haven't thrown an interception this year.
No.
Georgia Southern, yeah.
192, well, coming into this game was 192 straight passes without an interception going back to the 2017 season. 2nd
and 10, pitch back there, penalty marker goes down. Penalty marker goes down, and Wirtz is on the ground, and there's another Georgia Southern player over on the far side of the field that's also slow in getting up. That was Matt LaRoche.
I don't know how you can call, unless it was helmet to helmet. This is an option quarterback. He is running the football.
Personal foul, jump block, offense, number 66
there we go.
and 61. That penalty's declined. The result of the play was a fumble recovered by the defense. First down.
Wow. So Arkansas State gets a football. It looked like they threw the flag in the vicinity of Shy Wirtz. He did eventually get up and with help leave the field. But
I think the chop block occurred on the left side of the offensive line.
On the left side?
And he threw it to where the chop block occurred, but it looked like it was going to be a personal foul hit on the quarterback. But I'm glad he clarified it, because William Bradley King did a great job of forcing that ball to be pitched quickly.
Plays under further review.
Okay, now they're going to review the play, but let's take a look, Pete, at what happened here.
Oh, yeah.
And it was hard to see over there where the football was. I mean, it was still looked like it might have been. LaRoche might have had possession of it.
But what they got was Drew Wilson, the right tackle, coming down on the legs of Kevin Thurman. And Thurman was being stood up by Jake Edwards, the right guard, and you could not engage with a player high and then have a guy come in, especially from behind him. And it was, the officials saw that immediately when it happened. So the chop block occurred on Kevin Thurman for Arkansas State. But then, because we were watching what happened there, we didn't see what happened in front of the Georgia Southern sideline.
Well, and under review, they're looking to see if indeed it was a fumble. From that one replay that we saw, it was really hard to tell. You couldn't even see the football. There were 2 or 3 tacklers over there.
Did Ahoye come up? It looked like Ahoye came up with the football on the fumble recovery?
Yeah, it looked like it was.
That's the review. Ruling on the field stands. Fumble recovered by Arkansas State.
Okay.
First down.
So Arkansas State will get possession at the 32-yard line as the defense really comes through.
I just want to say something to our viewers. Omar Bayless wears 7 on offense.
Right.
William Bradley King wears 7 on defense.
Right.
You can wear the same jersey as long as you're not on the field at the same time. So that's not William Bradley King at receiver. That's the #1 receiver in the country, Omar Bayless.
So 1st and 10 for Arkansas State from the 32-yard line.
What a great opportunity for Arkansas State right now.
Jamal Jones in there at running back. Hatcher going to throw it deep again. Bayless! Touchdown!
Wow. And Fuego on fire. And there he is, the leading receiver in the country with touchdown number 15. Touchdown reception. Lane Hatcher is playing a marvelous football game for Arkansas State right now.
32 yards on the touchdown pass from Hatcher to Bayless. So the turnover gives Arkansas State great field position, and on 1st down they convert with the touchdown. And Blake Grupe on now to attempt the point after.
How about Blake Anderson saying, hey, we got the turnover, let's go score.
But Pete, isn't that a rule of thumb pretty
Basically.
much? I mean, you get a turnover, let's see what we can do on 1st down.
No question,
Yeah.
because, you know, the defense coming in, it's like, oh, gosh, we just turned it over. And you take advantage of maybe a defense that won't rush as hard. But Omar Bayless straight down the middle of the field on a skinny post.
And the extra point is good by Blake Grupe. So 14:37 to go in the 1st half, and Arkansas State has moved it to a 21-3 lead over Georgia Southern. And welcome back. Arkansas State with a 21-3 lead over Georgia Southern after the fumble recovery, touchdown pass from Hatcher to Omar Bayless, and Damon Boncham getting set to kick it off. Another short high kick. Catch is made and some room, and trying to get to the outside is Jesse Liptrot, and he has run out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. And let's check in with Maya Garrett. Maya?
Thanks, Roger. I caught up with Coach Anderson earlier this week, and I just asked him, Coach, who do you think stands out the most out of this senior group? And he just talked about how Omar Bayless was a guy who just never gave up, and a guy who just so many times throughout his career just felt like he needed to just go home and take care of his family. However, Coach Anderson just talked to him and talked to him and talked to him about just sticking with it. Now he's leading the nation in total yards and touchdowns, and he also is a Biletnikoff semifinalist. So it's a good thing he's stuck with it. Roger, back to you.
Okay, Maya, thank you very much. 5th-year senior Omar Bayless, and what a year it's been for him. As now, Georgia Southern with the handoff to Wesley Kennedy III. So Pete, trailing now 21-3. Does this change anything offensively for
This
Georgia
isn't
Southern?
a catch-up offense.
Yeah.
You know, they're going to stick with their plan, and they're going to try to grind it out. Right there, what you saw was just the basic ISO. The dive back went first. Shy Werts handed off to the other back. It's just lead blocker, and they're just trying to be physical up front now to move the football. Look for Shy Werts to try to get the ball on the perimeter a little bit more.
Gain of 3 on that last play. 2nd down and 7. Werts will pitch it back, and Green carries the football. He'll be close to the 1st down, maybe shy by about a yard down there. So that'll bring up a 3rd down and 1. So this is not an offense you see all the time. How do you prepare and practice during the week, Pete?
You don't use the football. As crazy as that sounds, you don't use the football against an option team, because somebody has to have the dive, somebody has to have the quarterback, somebody has to have the pitch. So focus your eyes where they need to be, then get your body there and do your job. And that's the only way you can do it. So everyone attacks their responsibilities.
3rd down and 1. The pitch comes back to Kennedy. and he's run out of bounds at the 47-yard line. Did you throw the flag from up here, or was there a...
I did. And let me tell you what, that is sad. Darian Jackson, he has contained. He's trying to get outside to get to the pitch back, and he gets pulled back inside. Well, and that's why Blake Anderson's so upset on the sideline. Hey, as tired as my eyes are and as old as I am, if I can see it, come on, guys.
First down for Georgia Southern. 1st and 10, 47-yard line. Wirtz will keep it, and he gets to the 50. Gain of about 3 right there as Kirk Lewis comes up to make the tackle. So what's the key now for Wirtz when he is running? Well, and depending, when does he want to pitch the ball?
Well, they're mixing it up. Right there was a quarterback power. They pull the left guard around and try to get him up to the right side, and he's going to follow. But the whole key is he still has to read his key. If the end is slow playing him, he'll try and string it out, make a ball fake, and keep up. But if the end comes hard, he's got to pitch the ball quickly.
2nd down and 7. Wirtz wants to throw the football over to the far side. The completion there to the 43-yard line to Mark Mashad. That's just his 7th reception of the year. Jarius Romanique was there on the coverage, but it's enough for a Georgia Southern first down.
Georgia Southern was in max protect, and when I say that, it was a 2-man route. The backs stayed in, the tight end stayed in, everybody blocked, and it was the inside receiver, the slot receiver on the left running a corner route, the outside receiver running a hitch route. And so maximum protection for Shai Wirtz to throw that football.
They only had 10 passing first downs coming, or excuse me, 28 passing first downs coming into this game. That was the fewest in the Sun Belt Conference.
Yes.
So conversely, 126 rushing touchdowns, as the ball carrier over on the left side was Gerald Green, and a gain of about 4 there. So I think the thing right now for Georgia Southern, like I said, you just got to stay patient. Do what you do best.
A lot of football still to be played.
Oh yeah,
yeah. You just there's no panic, and Bob the Best, the offensive coordinator, and this offensive staff for Georgia Southern.
Just under 11 minutes to go, first half, on a 2nd down and 5. Wirtz will keep it, and boy, not much working right there. Gain of maybe 1 on that play, as a really good job by that defense for Arkansas State as they were able to come over. Darian Jackson, one of the players that was there, but that was well defended that time.
And that's one where they slow played it. And what I mean by that is the defender keeps his feet, hips, and shoulders squared in the line of scrimmage and slides outside slowly and waits for the quarterback to come to him. The linebacker from the inside pursued very well. The safety was there and the corner was there. So very well defended, like you said, Roger, on that last play by Arkansas State.
3rd down and 4 now. Green and Kennedy, the running backs. Pitch it out to Kennedy, and he runs out of bounds at about, now a late flag comes in at about the 35-yard line.
Jaworski Webb, number 55 for Georgia Southern, tackled B.J. Edmonds right in front of the Arkansas State bench, and finally the official throws the flag from about the 19-yard line there. That wasn't just a hold, that was a
tackle?
Takedown. Wow.
Holding, offense, number 55. 10-yard penalty, repeat 3rd down.
Well, and Webb is in there for Drew Wilson.
Yes.
At right tackle.
Webb is backing up both tackles. That's how thin the offensive line is for Georgia Southern.
That's a tackle.
Very well played. Yes, sir.
That's going to bring up a 3rd down and long now. 3rd down 14 for Georgia Southern, as they'll send 3 receivers to the top. Kennedy's a running back.
3-man front for Arkansas State. The last time they were in this front, remember, Shai Wirtz kept the ball and gained 20 and got the first down on 3rd and long.
And we got a timeout down on the field.
First charge timeout. Arkansas State. Timeout on the field.
9:41 to go first half. 21-7, 21-3, Arkansas State leads it. Well, the first ever meeting between these two teams, Pete, kind of a big deal. The 1986 NCAA championship.
Yeah, Tracy Ham, the ham bone from Georgia Southern, Coach Herc Russell against Larry Lacewell and the Arkansas State Red Wolves. There's a great story that we'll get to. The only guy that can remember that game here at Arkansas State, Ron Carroll, the trainer. He was there for it.
3rd down and 14 for Georgia Southern. 9:41 to go first half. Wirtz looking to pass. Moving out of the pocket, throws it downfield. He's got a receiver. We had 2 of them down there. And the catch is made at the 10-yard line by Mark Mashad. Dexter Carter was also down there. And Mashad makes the catch, 36 yards on the pickup.
Shai Wirtz was looking to the right flat for number 12, Wesley Kennedy, as running back, who when Kennedy turned around slipped, and all of a sudden Wirtz had to look downfield. And like you said, he had 2 guys wide open and delivers the football to number 23 for the first down.
That's just the 4th pass today for Georgia Southern. 1st and 10 now from the 14-yard line. Hand off to Green. And Gerald Green inside the 10, down to about the 8. B.J. Edmonds and William Bradley King there to make the tackle. Actually, they're going to spot that at the 10-yard line. His forward progress was stopped there.
Dive ISO. Again, the back on the right side, he's the lead blocker, and Shai Wirtz hands off to the offside back and follows him through. And a gain of 5.
And 2nd down and 6. Georgia Southern trailing 21-3. Wirtz is going to keep it, and touchdown! Touchdown, Georgia Southern.
The guy who was responsible for Wirtz getting into the end zone was the lead blocker, number 7, Gerald Green, as he came out of the backfield, ran a tremendous arc and knocked down the pursuit for Arkansas State and allowed Wirtz to get into the end zone.
It looks like he's not moving 100% there.
Ever since he took the hit from William Bradley King, he's been limping a little bit.
So Tyler Bass on to attempt the point after. And it's good. So 8-11 left to go in the first half from Jonesboro. And Arkansas State with a 21-10 lead over Georgia Southern.
Good drive. Again, obviously the 3rd down conversion was huge. But right there, you can see Gerald Green knocking down B.J. Edmonds, which allows Wirtz to get into the end zone. And again, Georgia Southern's going to stay with their plan. Pound you inside with the dive, get the ball outside. And when you have a guy like Shai Wirtz, why not?
Yeah, pretty good block there by Peyton Backer, the center on that play.
Okay, let's see if Arkansas State can answer. Still a lot of time left before the half.
Are they trying to stay warm, or is that just kind of getting everybody sort of
no, I think
into the mood? Huh?
They're getting everybody into the mood. They're trying to pick up the mojo a little bit.
About 46, 47 degrees as Bass will kick it off. And Merritt from the 6. Coming this side. Got one block. Kirk Merritt. Merritt at the 30, 20, 10. Touchdown!
Another explosion play for the Arkansas State Red Wolves, and it's number 13. Everybody knows about this man's speed, and right there he shows you how he starts up the right hash and then breaks it to the outside. Nice block by Brandon Bowling to spring Merritt, and then he puts it into another gear to run away from the Georgia Southern coverage team.
94-yard.
Did he score too soon?
Kickoff return for the touchdown.
Wow.
And Blake Grupe comes on to attempt the point after.
We're going to have to get Rich Zavosic to see if he burned a path up the turf, and Rich may have to get somebody out here to repair the field. He was running so fast.
And the extra point is good.
What a run.
Yeah, 7:57 left to go in the first half, and Arkansas State with a 28-10 lead.
Here's Merritt. He starts up, sinks it. Bowling gets enough of a block. Then he makes the tackler miss. That tackler wanted no part of Kirk Merritt.
Bowling knocked 15 into 26. He actually got two guys on the play.
Roger, all three receivers have made big plays. Jonathan Adams, 2 touchdown catches. Omar Bayless with a touchdown catch. And now Kirk Merritt, kickoff return.
So going back just a bit, turnover, first down, touchdown. Georgia Southern, other way, kickoff return, touchdown. Defense is getting a little action today.
No question.
For Arkansas State. They're out there on the field, and as they were last week against Coastal Carolina.
Well, part of that was Coastal converted all those fourth downs there. But, again, at a point, this gets demoralizing to Georgia Southern. Like, what more can we do? We're giving up these big plays, and they're chunk plays for touchdowns, explosion plays.
Foncham, short high kick, and it's going to bounce there and knocked out of, well, it looked like the Georgia Southern player knocked it out of bounds, and they've thrown the flag.
If the Georgia Southern player didn't touch it, then it goes out on its own. It is a penalty. But I'm like you.
He was reaching for it.
I thought he slapped it.
The officials are talking about it.
I thought Wesley Kennedy, number 12, slapped it.
There is no foul on the play. Ball was touched by a receiving team player, subsequently went out of bounds. First down, Georgia Southern.
To this day, Pete,
line.
I still think players are confused about the fair catch and what transpires down there. We've seen different things happen. There you go. Well, he actually touched it earlier, it looks like.
Right.
And maybe didn't feel like he could, get to the football, and so he just knocked it out.
I'm just going to say this now. This official on this sideline is having a rough day.
Okay.
I won't go any further, but it was right in front of him. And he throws the flag, but 12 knocked it out of bounds.
So from the 13-yard line, 1st and 10 for Georgia Southern. And Wirtz wants to throw the football, and he'll just throw it away. There was only one receiver downfield, and he was in double coverage, and that was Mark Mashad. And there was no way that he was going to throw the football down there. Jeremy Smith was back there on the coverage. And
you're going to get an intentional grounding call, I believe. Yep, there's the penalty back at the 6-yard line.
Grounding. Offense, number 1. Penalty spot on the foul with loss of down. 2nd down.
I mean, Pete, on that play, there was not an intermediate receiver.
No,
I mean, there was just one player downfield. And what do you do if you're a quarterback and that guy's covered?
You throw it away, but you don't throw it away there. You throw it over the receiver in the flat over his head. And most of the time, that's a 3-level route with the post and intermediate and then a guy in the flat. But all they had was the post and the guy in the flat. There was no intermediate receiver. And Shy threw it to where the intermediate receiver would be. Good call by the officials.
That'll bring up a 2nd down and 17. They'll run it this time, and Wirtz pitches it back to Kennedy, but Anthony Switzer was right there to make the stop.
Excellent job of stringing the option out by Arkansas State that time, forcing Shy Wirtz to pitch the football, and then Switzer doing a great job of squaring up on the ball carrier and making an open field tackle. You talk about a true freshman playing well. I said it earlier, Switzer has had one heck of a year for Arkansas State.
Yeah, it's from Marion, Arkansas, and Romanique's a true freshman. Those are two players that were not expected to do a lot this year, but because of injuries, they're doing pretty good.
They've stepped up, yes, sir.
3rd down and 19. Kennedy on the run, and he is tripped up. And a really nice job by Logan Westcott.
Another guy who's having a heck of a year. But Wesley Kennedy starts off the right side, then breaks it back to the wide field on the left. Scott comes off the block, trips him up. Nice defensive series for the Arkansas State Red Wolves.
So 6:35 left to go here in the first half. Arkansas State with a 28-10 lead. And Anthony Beck into punt for Georgia Southern, the Sun Belt Conference Special Teams Player of the Week. And the fair catch made there at the 43-yard line by Edmonds. And they're going to throw a flag now.
That one's... He was trying to come under control. And well, that's Najee Thompson, number 26 for Georgia Southern. And he slips, feels a little wet. I know why they threw the flag, but it'll be interesting to see what the call is.
Do we have incidental contact?
The result of the play was a fair catch. After the catch, personal foul, kicking team for a hit against a player who called for a fair catch. 15-yard penalty.
That's huge.
Wow.
First down.
That is huge.
That's huge. Now you have a really short field.
Yeah, he tripped. You know, he was trying to stop. I mean,
But I understand the intent. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, I understand the call. Big break for Arkansas State.
Huge break.
But how many times does a defense get a 3-and-out against this Georgia Southern offense? That was a super series by the Arkansas State defense.
So 1st and 10, 27-yard line. Marcel Murray in at running back, and Arkansas State with a 28-10 lead. Play fake, and Hatcher going deep to Merritt.
Touchdown.
Touchdown. Wow.
I mean, the guy is on fire. Lane Hatcher's on fire.
I mean, you talk about instant offense.
Well, here's the one thing Arkansas State has found. They can have great success against these safeties from Georgia Southern. Right there, that's a throw that they practice all the time with Coach Heckendorf. It's called chip the paint. He threw the ball right over the helmet of 36. And the receiver goes up and makes the catch. And Kirk Merritt has a 38-inch vertical jump.
Yeah.
So one-on-one ball, he's going to win that every time. But great throw by Lane Hatcher of chipping the paint right off the helmet of the defender.
27 yards on the touchdown pass from Hatcher to Merritt. And Groupie on for the point after.
Wow.
And it's good. So 6:07 left to go in the first half, and it's all the instant offense of Arkansas State as they lead Georgia Southern 35-10. Now, welcome back. 35-10. Arkansas State with the lead. Bayless and Merritt. Boy, I'll tell you what. And Jonathan Adams. How about those three so far today? But Lane Hatcher, 8 of 11, 223 yards and 4 touchdowns as the kick is sent out of bounds by Fonchen.
All right, how's this for efficient, Raj? Because I know the analytical people have this stat. I just haven't been able to figure it out. Kirk Merritt's touched the ball twice in the last 2 plays, 2 touchdowns. Kickoff
Kick out of
return.
bounds.
No.
Team number 99.
The pass.
I rule the ball placed at the 35-yard line. First down.
You can't get
Pretty amazing. Pretty
better
amazing.
efficiency than that.
Well, this is where that stat time of possession, you can throw that right out the window.
It's the craziest stat in football.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, goodness. 35-10. And after the kick out of bounds, the Georgia Southern team will put it in play at the 35-yard line. 6:07 left to go first half.
Unbalanced set to the field for Georgia Southern.
3 receivers out to the top and a penalty marker, and it looks like Arkansas State is cheering and pointing in the direction
False start.
of Georgia Southern.
Offense, number 72. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
So Crowder
They had a shift
with
on,
the false start.
and they had 3 different guys moving at once. Again, first and 15. This is not where this type of offense wants to be.
They'll run it right up the middle. Ball carrier Gerald Green and Anthony Switzer with yet another tackle. We've called his name a number of times so far in this first half.
Start off with the dive. See if you can break one there. They don't get many yards back. So now It'll be about 2nd and 12, I believe.
Yes.
See if they come with a play action pass here. Formation into the boundary. They have 3 eligible receivers into the short side of the field.
Kennedy back in there at running back for Georgia Southern. And Wirtz wants to throw it. He's got some pressure now. He'll just run with it. And he's got all sorts of room. Wirtz down inside the 25. 10. Knocked out of bounds inside the 5.
A play where you think you have him stopped and pulled up. That's the explosiveness of Shai Wirtz. He can score from anywhere on the field, and right there, he almost did. Jeff Mario Brown comes upfield and gets too far upfield, which allows Wirtz to break the ball back inside. If Jeff Mario breaks down and keeps the ball on his inside shoulder, he makes that tackle.
62 yards there. And that'll bring up a 1st and goal from the 3-yard line for Georgia Southern. Wirtz trying the right side, and he is tripped up. Maybe loses a yard. Bonner was one of the players right there on the tackle. You know, the last series, it looked like Wirtz was limping a little bit, Pete, as he left the field. There was no sign of that on that run.
No, he showed a great burst. Yeah. He's got tremendous quickness and speed. He's got that other gear that can run away from people.
So a loss of a yard, so it'll be 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line. 4:20 left to go here in the first half. Kennedy, the running back. And he'll get the call right up the middle, and he gets that yard back, maybe just a little bit more.
That was basically a 2 tight end set there. You had the left tight end off in a wing position and 3 blockers, a 3-man blocking surface to the right. They were going to try to push everybody inside. There's the dive. I believe this time the ball is going to come out to the perimeter and see if they can get Wirtz into the end zone with it. I'll be surprised if the ball is not in Shai Wirtz's hands on this play.
Spotted at the 3-yard line. So 3rd and goal from the 3.
They're calling timeout. Trying to.
Now Wirtz trying to find somebody to pass it to. Throws it in the back of the end zone and incomplete. It's ruled incomplete. Mark Mashad, the receiver back there, feels like he caught the football.
Chad Lunsford is really irate. He was running down the sideline trying to get a timeout before the ball was snapped, and the official never turned to him.
So that's going to bring up a 4th down situation. 4th and goal from the 3-yard line.
Gosh, that was close in the back of the end zone.
It sure was.
I'm impressed with Wirtz's ability to keep his eyes downfield and buy time to make the throw.
Chad Lunsford is finally down there talking to.
Ruling on the field was an incomplete pass. Previous play is under further review.
So they're going to take a look at that and whether he had control of the football or not. But the interesting thing was as Shai Wirtz was rolling to the left, Mashad was the only receiver available. Right. And there were about 5 black shirts back there in the corner. And that was a heck of a job just to thread the needle and find him.
Right.
Look at that.
He's being chased. And for a right-hander going left, I don't know if he had possession when he went out of bounds from that angle. But for a right-hander going left, you actually have to square your shoulders, pull the right hand back, and be square to your target. Your hips and shoulders can't be going to the sideline, throw across your body on that.
Except for a guy named Mahomes.
That's a whole nother level. You guys, yes. But you know what? We're talking about a whole nother level, man.
I know.
Hey, the way that guy changes his arm angle, drops that elbow, and flicks it.
But don't you think these young quarterbacks have watched him and said, wow, I'm going to try that.
Yes. Yep.
And there'll be some that can do it and some that can't.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes.
It appeared that
Lamar Jackson, they've changed the way that young kids look at the way of playing quarterback, without doubt.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. Incomplete pass.
All right. So it appeared that he did get a foot in, but it must have been the fact that he didn't have control of the football.
Right. Excellent pursuit there, too, by the Arkansas State defense to knock him out of bounds. As you can see, he's looking, pulls the shoulder back and lays it up for the back pylon right there.
And, yeah, we can see the ball come loose right there.
Yes.
The official is right there. All right, now.
Jeremy Smith did an excellent job.
4th and goal from the 3.
Reverse.
And the reverse and the pass, and incomplete. Wirtz, the intended receiver. The pass came from Caleb Hood. And Arkansas State will take over.
Philly special. Philly special, run by Georgia Southern. They had it too. A little bit better throw, and Wirtz is going to make that catch. But guess what? Close doesn't count right here.
All right, take it.
Toss sweep to the left.
Yeah.
They hand it back. They show run. It's a little bit of a jump pass.
Oh, goodness.
And the ball was dying inside.
How open was that? Look at Wirtz. He goes.
Oh, I know.
All right, Arkansas State 1st and 10 now. And Hatcher hands it off there to Marcel Murray, gain of about 1. Raynard Ellis was there to make the tackle.
Arkansas State doesn't want to get careless now, being backed up in their own end zone. They need to move the ball, move the clock a little bit, and do not give Georgia Southern – they don't want to give Georgia Southern the ball back before the half.
Time management. It's so crucial.
We talked about this before the game.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. They want to run that play clock down.
To what? About 5?
Under 5, which I always believed you get it to 3.
7 when it was snapped. Hatcher now falls down, loses the football. Still on the ground.
I think his arm was coming forward.
Well, this will be interesting here.
Ruling on the field is fumbled by the offense, subsequently recovered by the offense. 3rd down.
So it looked like Reed Tyler recovered the football.
I think it was Ivory Scott who may have recovered it.
Well, now they're going to.
Ruling on the field was a fumble by the offense, subsequently recovered by the offense for 3rd down.
All right, so
the
call?
Georgia Southern player went to pick it up, and it looked like he was trying to scoop and score, but the ball fell out.
Right.
And I think Ivory Scott for Arkansas State was the fellow who recovered.
Okay. Well, the sun has just finally appeared here on this Saturday afternoon in Jonesboro, Arkansas. So let's see what happened. We'll play fake there to Murray. And the call is a fumble by Lane Hatcher.
I think if they review this may be a safety. I think Hatcher's knee was down, and then the ball came out, but he's down in the end zone. And now, see, he's down right there. His left arm is down, left knee is down, and then the ball comes out.
Yeah, he's pretty much on the ground.
I believe so. I think this is a safety. And Georgia Southern tries to pick it up.
Yeah, and that's what the Georgia Southern sideline is hoping for.
It looked like Raymond Johnson, the defensive end from Georgia Southern, number 92, came through.
After review, the quarterback was down in the end zone prior to fumbling the ball. This results in a safety.
Yeah.
It'd be a safety kick at the 20-yard line for Arkansas State. Please set the game clock to 2 minutes and 34 seconds. 2, 3, 4.
So Arkansas State deep in their own end, and Lane Hatcher, the quarterback, not able to hold on to the football. So the 2 points with the safety for Georgia Southern, and that makes it 35-12 with 2:34 left to go in the first half.
Yeah, you don't want to make this a 9 or 10 point swing here. You don't want a touchdown by Georgia Southern now, which with a touchdown extra point, put them at 19, or a touchdown 2-point conversion puts them at 20. So, again, defense back on the field, and they're going to have to rise up and get a stop here.
Right, and Arkansas State has had all the momentum.
Yes.
And just came up a few moments ago.
Now, the Thunder from down under.
Yeah.
Let's see how Cody Grace from Australia has both his brothers here for this
from
game.
Perth, Australia. That's
Yes.
a long trip. That is a long trip. But, Pete, you said it. You said, when Arkansas State, held on that fourth down, an incomplete pass, you just said, use some time.
Right.
And just kind of play it safe, and that ball is dropped but then picked up immediately. And still running with it is Jesse Liptrot, and he is brought down across the 40-yard line at about the 43. So good field position now for Georgia Southern. And they've got all three of their timeouts if need be. And they trail it 35-12. There's Cody Grace on the Ray Guy list.
He's had a great career here at Arkansas State.
No question about it.
What a weapon he has been for this football team.
So let's see what Shai Werts and Georgia Southern can do here in the last 2 minutes and 33 seconds of this first half. And Werts wants to go to the air, throws it out near sides, got a receiver, still in bounds, finally knocked out of bounds.
Arkansas State's defensive backs playing off coverage that time. When I say that, they're 8 to 9 yards deep, allowing the quick throw to the sideline, and good run that time by the receiver.
Thompson, the receiver, making the catch on that last play, Najee Thompson.
Second charge timeout, Arkansas State. This would be a 30-second timeout.
So Arkansas
Please
State
reset
will
the
take
game
a
clock to 2
timeout
minutes
here.
and 22 seconds. 2-2-2.
Yeah, ball was snapped. A lot of guys standing around. William Bradley King kept chasing the football. Play to the whistle. Good job by Mr. King.
Well, this Arkansas State defense has done a terrific job today. And, Pete, you go back to, struggled throughout the majority of the season and then had so many injuries to defense, They had to change from a 4-man to a 3-man front. They started playing a little bit better with that 3-man front. And today, because of this opponent and the way they can run the option, they went back to that 4-man front. But as you look at what's happened today, it's been very effective.
Yes. Yeah, it really has. And it starts from the inside with Thurman and Carbonell doing a great job of controlling the guards in the center for Georgia Southern right now. Arkansas State in the 3-man front on this look.
On 1st and 10, showing blitz. And Werts will throw it over on the far side, and the catch is made out there inside the 30 down to about the 26-yard line, Darian Anderson. And that's another first down. So after the safety, Georgia Southern on the move here. 13 yards on that last pickup. And Werts with a straight drop now and finally throws it over near side. The catch is made there by Kennedy and a gain of about 2 on that play.
Georgia Southern has the ability to get in a 4 wide out look, and they have enough speed to run all vertical and throw these guys deep.
Werts, catch is made and dropped immediately over at the 20-yard line. Malik Murray was hit by Jarius Ramonique.
Excellent read. Corner reads the second receiver. Number 2 goes to the flat. Ramonique jumps him. The safety goes to number 1 going down the sideline.
That'll bring up a 3rd down and 3, and Werts rolling out. It's got a man in the end zone and just overthrows Colby Ransom.
Ransom runs a post corner that time. He drives up the field about 10, goes inside like he's going to the middle of the field, and then breaks back outside. And Werts just overthrows him. But now in 4th down, you want to take points here. But Georgia Southern's been known to run some gadgets and fakes. So you have to be on alert for the fake field goal.
So that'll bring in Tyler Bass, spotted at the 27, so 37-yard field goal attempt.
Here it is.
No, here it is. You're right, Pete. Bass trying to throw it back to the other side of the field and up in the air, the jump ball. And they're going to say it was a completed pass to Anthony Beck.
Beck just pulled the ball out of Ramonique's hands when they hit the ground. He threw up a jump ball there.
Beck,
it was in the air forever.
Yes, Beck the holder.
Yeah.
And the completion, and with 1 15 remaining. Georgia Southern still in business.
Beck just took the ball right out of Romanique's hands.
Well, Beck is 6'4", 230, and he just went up and got it. Now Wirtz tries the left side, maybe gets a couple there. There's now under a minute remaining here in the first half, and Georgia Southern's going to call
first
a timeout.
Charge timeout. Georgia Southern. This would be a 30-second timeout.
Pete, you called it.
Yeah, Coach Lunsford, he's been known in situations to run the fake field goal, fake punt, and things like that. And that was the right time to run it. You're trying to get a touchdown here. You're not really wanting to settle for the 3 points unless you absolutely have to. And there was so much time left. Just felt like it was a good time to call it. And it was executed well.
So 58 seconds left to go here in the first half. And Georgia Southern with a great opportunity not only to score, but to get that momentum going into halftime.
And they get the ball to start the third quarter.
Exactly. 2nd and 7. This Arkansas State defense has been on the field almost the entire second quarter. Wirtz wants to throw it back of the end zone. Touchdown! Malik Murray.
Beats B.J. Edmonds on a slant route. Drives up, gives a little head shake to the outside. Edmonds moves outside, and then he comes right in underneath. And how about the throw by Shai Wirtz right on the numbers?
Murray with the catch, and now all of a sudden this game has gotten a lot more interesting here.
That's what makes this game so great. You can't ever ease up.
Tyler Bass on for the point after, and he makes it. So 52 seconds left to go here in the first half, and Arkansas State now with a 35-18 lead.
Little double move there by the wide receiver. He comes up, starts to go in, works out, comes back inside, gets behind the linebacker, and inside B.J. Edmonds. And Wirtz steps up and puts the ball right on the numbers for the touchdown. Now, 52 seconds left. Don't be surprised if there's not an onside kick now, because I think that Georgia Southern would love to get the ball back again with an opportunity to get more points on the board.
So after the safety, the touchdown, and the extra point, 35-19, Arkansas State leads at 52 seconds left to go. And Arkansas State with one timeout remaining.
You have to see the ball kicked off the tee here. Find the football.
Well, I would presume they're not going to send it anywhere near Kirk Merritt.
That's why I'm saying, onside kick, force someone else to handle it. Oh,
well, here you go.
We were both wrong.
And Merritt's going to let it go.
Good decision because it didn't take any time off the clock. So Arkansas State with two timeouts left. With one timeout.
Yeah, Georgia Southern's got two timeouts remaining. So how aggressive do you get right here, Pete?
You play your offense. I think if you have a chance to get the ball down the field vertically, we've seen Arkansas State with great success. You may want to take a shot, especially if you get the look you like in the secondary and the matchup you want. Here's Omar Bayless into the short side of the field. Now the cornerback's off.
And they'll hand it off to Marcel Murray.
He's got some room.
And he's going to run out of bounds. Or he tries to stay in bounds, actually. It looked like he was going to run out of – boy, I tell you, great move in the backfield to make a couple of guys miss. 15 yards on the pickup.
Georgia Southern coming with a field fire that time. Murray makes the first tackler miss.
And so the first down, the clock would stop there, and then Bayless makes the catch, and now he dives out of bounds. And that's going to be close to the first down.
We saw him make a great play last week where he had the defender on his back and he had to reach out to get the first down on fourth down. Right there, he knew exactly what he needed.
And they got the first down, so 1st and 10, 34 seconds remaining. Hatcher Throws it over to the far side, and that's Adams, and he's got another first down inside the 40 to the, let's call it the 38-yard line.
Plenty of time left.
And one timeout remaining for Arkansas State. So again, Hatcher over there to Adams, and he steps right out of bounds at the first down marker.
Doing a nice job again of working the short side of the field, and they're giving Adams a lot of room, and they should, as he's run by them a number of times here in the first half.
16 seconds remaining. Hatcher now forced out of the pocket, and he'll run out of bounds at the 29-yard line. So 9 seconds left to go here in the first half.
Good decision by Lane Hatcher. As you're rolling to your right, you never want to throw the ball inside across your body. If it gets tipped, it's a turnover. But he knows Grupe has a chance to get 3 points on the board here. Don't take points off the board with a poor decision.
9 seconds remaining. Bayless is split to the near side. Merritt and Adams to the top of your screen. On second down and 11. Hatcher pressure, and he's hit and dropped. The ball's on the ground and recovered by Georgia Southern. Boy, Watkins was there. Bird was there. And
they're going to try to put more time back on the clock. Chad Lunsford, the head coach of Georgia Southern, ran on the field.
It's a fumble recovered by the defense. Previous plays under review for possible clock situation.
So Wade was the man that hit him. And then Watkins got on the football. Well,
if anything, I think there's going to be 2 seconds that they put back on the clock. But yeah, Georgia Southern getting pressure.
Well, he was never touched.
Yeah. Coming from Lane Hatcher's blind side.
Yeah.
Hatcher looking left to the field.
After review, time ran out during the play. Halftime.
All right.
So that'll do a kind of a fascinating final 2.5 minutes here to this first half. It was all going in the direction of Arkansas State, and then all of a sudden it did a quick turnaround at the end of the half. But the Red Wolves still with a 35-19 lead over Georgia Southern. Let's send it to Maya.
Coach, defensively, aside from 2 or 3 busted plays, you guys seem to be doing really well with the triple option. What can you say about your defense?
Well, it starts up front, so we've been doing a good job controlling the line of scrimmage. We've had a couple mistakes that have cost us points, so we got to make sure we shore that up, because we don't let these guys get back in it. We're in a good shape right now, but there's a lot of ball left to be played.
Offensively, your 3-headed monster, Omar Bayless, Kirk Merritt, Jonathan Adams, playing phenomenal. What can you say about their performance?
Well, we felt like that was a matchup, on the back end, our wideouts against their DBs, and Lane's been able to get the ball around them. We got to go ahead and continue to do that, because there's a lot of ball left to be played.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck. Roger, back to you.
All right, Maya, thank you very much. 35-19, Arkansas State on Senior Day leads it at halftime. Damon Fonchen to kick it off for Arkansas State. And Wesley Kennedy on the return. Eludes one tackler and gets across the 20 to about the 23-yard line, where he's brought down there. And Georgia Southern will put it in play there. There's your head coaches, Chad Lunsford on the right there, Blake Anderson on the left. And so, Pete, momentum there at the end of the first half for Georgia Southern, and now they get possession here to start the second half.
And the other thing is they've had the halftime to adjust to the 4-down linemen. Right. Look, and let's see what they come back and do differently. If they run some trap at it, But I still believe that they will still run dive first, option second, then play action pass.
3 receivers split to the top on 1st and 10 from the 23, and Wirtz is going to throw it out to the far side. The catch is made and run out of bounds over there as B.J. Edmonds was right there on the coverage that time with Malik Murray.
Georgia Southern now trying to spread Arkansas State's defense out with 3 wide receivers, and the quick throw to the flat. BJ does a nice job.
Gain of 1 on that last play, and they'll go to Murray to the near side this time, and he steps out of bounds at call it the 28-yard line, and that will bring up a 3rd down situation. So they throw it first 2 downs.
But they throw it sideways.
Yes.
They throw it sideways, trying to get the defense to run laterally. And so now let's see if they come back with an option play on 3rd and 5.
3rd down and 5 for Georgia Southern.
4 wides.
Just started the second half here in Jonesboro. 3-man front there for Arkansas State right now. And Wirtz looking to throw again. And he is met and dropped back at the 20-yard line by Kevin Thurman.
William Bradley King comes off the right side of the Arkansas State defensive line. He has Shai Wirtz by the ankle, and then William Bradley King comes off the left side and finishes the sack. Huge play for the Arkansas State defense by 2 of the most productive Arkansas State defensive linemen.
And that'll bring up a punting situation.
That's what you get when you try to throw the football. You have some great edge pressure by Thurman and King.
On 4th down and 11, Anthony Beck will send it downfield. Edmonds with the fair catch, about the 34-yard line.
Great start for Arkansas State. 3 and out. Now you get the football back, have a chance to get back into your game plan, but huge play by William Bradley King and Kevin Thurman.
Well, I guess the deal with Arkansas State is right now will take more than 1 play to score, because that's kind of the direction they moved in there at the end of the first half. Huh?
Well, anytime you can take points, you're going to get them, but now it's a matter of getting the look that you want. And again, these corners for Georgia Southern, they're going to play what they call trap. They're going to turn inside and play a little man-to-man look.
Murray in there at running back, and Hatcher is hit as soon as he throws it. And he was dropped back at the 25-yard line by Raynard Ellis, but was able to get rid of the football, so that'll bring up a 2nd down.
Run-pass option there, faking the dive to Marcel Murray, but Georgia Southern coming with the blitz, forcing Lane Hatcher to get rid of the ball quickly. That did not take much time off the clock.
Trips to the top on 2nd and 10. Murray. And he is dropped after a gain of about 2 at the 35-yard line by Randy Wade, that 270-pounder.
Wade playing what they call the dog position. He's an outside linebacker who is a thumper. I mean, he converts speed to power on contact.
Trips to the top on 3rd down and 8 for Arkansas State. Just underway, second half here in Jonesboro. Senior day. Hatcher with pressure. He moves up and eludes the 1-man. Looking downfield and finds a receiver. Still going. Brandon Bowling inside the 45 down to about the 43-yard line. Great job by Lane Hatcher to elude the pressure and then find Bowling.
The pressure comes from Hatcher's left side. He steps up, slides left, and then Bowling, he finds a little opening in the defense right there and sits down and then makes the catch through coverage.
20 yards on the pickup, and a Georgia Southern player, Ty Phillips, is.
Bowling does a great job after the catch of putting his left hand down on the ground and then reaccelerating to gain more yardage after the catch. Bowling is the inside receiver in the trip set, working, trying to mirror his quarterback on a scramble drill.
He didn't want to. He didn't want to be tackled there. He was still trying.
Hey, those yak yards are big. When they get in the meeting room tomorrow, those receivers are going to tell Brandon Bowling, great job.
Phillips being helped off the field, and the numbers on Brandon Bowling. Pretty productive in the first couple of games of the year, not so much since then.
Right.
But, on Kirk Merritt's kickoff return for the touchdown with the key block.
Yes. In fact, he took two guys out. He knocked one coverage guy into another and created a bigger seam for Merritt on the touchdown run.
So from the 44, 1st and 10 for Arkansas State. Play fake and going deep. And penalty markers going down as Bayless, the intended receiver. And once again, when you can see the jersey between the two players, there's just a little bit of holding going on.
The way these athletic companies today have made jerseys to stretch. Back when you and I
Back
played,
in the day,
they were cotton and they ripped. Now, though, that one there is.
There's no foul on the play. Result of play is an incomplete pass. Second down.
So no foul on the play. Okay. That could be up for discussion.
All right.
I think he's holding him all the way down the sideline there. Well, no flag.
Kendall Vildor had his left hand all over Omar Bayless.
Now 2nd and 10 for Arkansas State. Hatcher will swing it out to Bayless this time, and Omar Bayless close to the first down at the 35-yard line.
Again, a little play action pass there by Arkansas State where you fake the handoff to the running back. Bayless drives upfield 6 yards into speed cut. He just turns to the outside.
That'll bring up a 3rd and less than a yard. And the handoff, and Murray battles, and what a great job right there by Marcel Murray. Murray looked to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage, and he just kept driving those legs and made a little spin move.
Yes. Excellent job by Marcel Murray to accelerate his feet on contact, like you said, Roger, and spin upfield for the first down.
And another Georgia Southern player down on the field there, and we'll take a break here with 12:03 to go in the third, and Arkansas State leading 35-19.
Timeout.
Back here in Jonesboro, 35-19, Arkansas State with the lead, and they brought the card out to take the injured Georgia Southern player off the field. 12:03 left to go in the third quarter, and Arkansas State with the football. And it's been a huge day today for Bayless and Merritt. Let's take a look here. The careers, the receiving yards, the receptions, touchdowns, and Omar Bayless in his final season here, and Kirk Merritt also, he's a transfer, so he only played 2 seasons. But Pete, terrific careers for both of these players who will probably have a chance to play on Sundays.
I believe so, yeah. A number of pro scouts interested in both these guys. But Maya had a great story on Omar earlier in the broadcast that Omar was thinking about giving football up and going back to Laurel, Mississippi to take care of his family. And Coach Anderson, and he had 3 very, very tough discussions, and Omar decided to stay, and boy, it has worked out tremendously. You talk about a guy with a great work ethic, and it has paid off tremendously. Kirk Merritt started at Texas A&M, transferred, and now has come to Jonesboro and done a tremendous job of fitting into the culture, the family culture that Coach Anderson speaks about every day. And both guys have bought in and have been very, very productive as leaders, both on the field and off the field.
We are not sure who the player is for Georgia Southern. Initially, the trainer was out there and a couple of the coaches, and then after 3 or 4 minutes, they decided to bring the card out. And so that player is being tended to. We'll keep you updated as soon as we can get some information about that Georgia Southern player. 12:03 left to go here in the third. And Pete, we should have highlighted a little bit earlier about the first meeting between these two teams.
2 of the great characters in coaching. Yeah. Irk Russell, who was the defensive coordinator at Georgia, came back, revitalized the Georgia Southern football program, and Larry Lacewell. well known as the Oklahoma defensive coordinator, comes to Jonesboro. They get matched up in the 86 game. But there was a little creek at Georgia Southern. I mean, when it got humid and it was very buggy. Well, Eric Russell, he called it Beautiful Eagle Creek. And so when they get to the site of this game, he has a little bottle full of Beautiful Eagle Creek water. And he sprinkles it on the field to give Georgia Southern good luck. Larry Lacewell found out he was going to do it. There's a pond right out here. We see it all the time when we leave the stadium. He called it the Beautiful Jonesboro Pond water. So he made Ron Carroll, the trainer, go get a bottle of beautiful Arkansas State pond water, and he sprinkled it on the field to match Eric Russell. Ron Carroll said it was one of the most memorable times of his career here at Arkansas State.
We're going to take a pause right now. The players still being tended to down on the field. Arkansas State leads Georgia Southern 35-19. And back here in Jonesboro, we're told the injured player for Georgia Southern is number 45, Rashard Byrd, junior from North Augusta, South Carolina.
Heck of a player. He is the leading tackler for this Georgia Southern defense coming into this game, and very physical young man. And watching the replay, it looked like he got hit from the right side and got rolled over. So our thoughts and wishes are with Rashad.
And we'll keep you updated on that situation as we've got 12:03 left to go in the third quarter here with Arkansas State leading Georgia Southern 35-19.
Marcel Murray with a heck of a run, though, to get the first down.
Yes.
As he was being pushed sideways to his right side and then spun back inside. And little yardage after contact there for Mr. Murray. Shows you how strong of a runner he is.
So 1st and 10 for Arkansas State at the 33-yard line. And Bayless with the catch and out of bounds inside the 10. Down to the 8-yard line.
Double move by Omar Bayless there as he goes down, sets on the hitch, and then rolls to the outside as he gets Vildor to bite inside on what he thought was going to be the hitch. How about Lane Hatcher putting the ball right over the outside shoulder? Great throw, Hatcher.
23 yards on the pickup. First and goal from the 8-yard line. Murray gets the call. Marcel Murray inside the 5 down to about the 2-yard line. Murray, who's battled through an ankle injury this season, is a force for Arkansas State. He's got such great ability as he gets maybe a yard there on 2nd and goal from the 3.
He tripped over Ramirez's feet. The right tackle, Ernesto Ramirez, was trying to get up on the outside backer.
Don't you know that's the toughest, that high ankle sprain is just the toughest injury to heal and try to play with.
Exactly. But Marcel has shown a lot of toughness to fight through this.
So they spotted the ball. That's just right between the 1 and 2 yard line. So let's call it the 1.5. I'm not great in math, but I can kind of figure that out, right? They give it to the Murray, and he's battling, trying to get to the goal line, and he can't. So a great job by that defense of Georgia Southern. And that's going to bring up a 4th down situation.
Jay Bowdry, the anchor defensive end, came off the edge that time to stop Marcel Murray. And Bowdry there spins Murray back, and no gain.
So Blake Grupe will come in to attempt this short field goal. $18-yarder. And it's good. So Arkansas State now has extended their lead to 38-19 with 9:43 left to go here in the third quarter.
Good answer. The Arkansas State defense goes 3 and out, gets the ball back for the offense. They go down and get points on the board. Good way to start out this second half for the Red Wolves. So now the key is going to be for this defense to try to slow down Shai Werts again. Omar Bayless setting a record, most yards in a single season. The double move there again for that catch, which set the record.
So back deep to return the kick is Wesley Kennedy III, number 12. And Damon Foncham to kick it off for Arkansas State.
See if Foncham kicks it short again. He hasn't really kicked it deep all that much today.
There's not been any kind of rhyme or reason to, whether it's short, high kick or kind of a low kick. That's going to be fielded by Kennedy at about the 7-yard line, and he'll come to the near side. And he's got a little bit of room still running, and he'll be run out of bounds at the 28-yard line.
The coverage team, they send 9 guys from the right hash to the left sideline down inside. So Kennedy sees it. He starts up the right side of the field and then breaks it all the way back across left.
It's similar
with
to
only
what
2
Kirk
safeties.
Merritt.
Yes.
Coming from that same location, he brought it back 94 yards for a touchdown.
And you call that sinking the ball. You have the return guy start up where he catches it, so everybody sinks to that position, and then he breaks it to the outside.
So Shai Werts, the junior from Clinton, South Carolina, see if he can get his offense moving.
Inverted bone here.
Yeah. Werts will keep it. Now pitch it out to Kennedy. And there were 4 Arkansas State players out there. That was a really good job of contain, Pete.
It's an excellent job by B.J. Edmonds keeping the ball on his inside arm, keeping his outside arm and outside leg free and closing it back inside, turning the ball back inside to the pursuit. And like you said, Roger, they all took great angles there to hold that to a 3-yard gain.
Now 2nd down and 7. Just over 9 minutes left to go here, third quarter.
Little pistol set now with the tailback directly behind Werts.
And Werts wants to throw the football. A lot of pressure now. He escapes. And Werts across midfield. Werts inside the 30. Still going. Werts. And it looks like they're going to
the 4.
Call him out at the 4-yard line.
It's the hardest thing to prepare for is when you bring pressure, you think you have him sacked, and all of a sudden, with his quick feet, he slides, steps up, and then shows that burst to get to the sideline and outrun folks.
63 yards for Shai Werts.
Georgia Southern has won their last 14 football games when they've had a 100-yard rusher. Werts is well over 100 today.
So now 1st and goal for Georgia Southern. And Kennedy gets the call, but Darian Jackson was right there to stop him.
Wow. In the blink of an eye, this guy can change the game in a hurry.
Yeah. I was just thinking they've given you so many different looks.
Right.
I don't know how you prepare for all of them, make those adjustments, but he has done a lot of damage today when a play is sort of broken down a bit, and just he goes.
The only way you can do that is have one guy responsible, spot him, and then you play 10 on 10 with everybody else.
On 2nd and goal, Green's the running back, along with Kennedy, and Werts wants to throw it. Being pressured, and he is thrown out of bounds by Tajay Chambers.
Excellent pursuit by Tajay that time to force Werts to the sideline and not allow him to get the pass off. Werts scrambling to his right. He's looking back for the post route on the backside. And Tajay does a great job of not getting a horse collar tackle call there. Keeps his hands in front of Wirtz to
And
push him
that'll
out of
bring
bounds.
up a 3rd and goal from the 8-yard line.
This is 4-down territory, I believe.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Split gun.
Wirtz wants to throw it. And the catch is made. Touchdown. Touchdown, Mark Mashad.
Mashad gets matched up with Jeremy Smith on that one-on-one matchup, and Wirtz throws it to the outside and a little bit behind the receiver. So Rashad has a chance to just shield his body from Smith and make the catch for the touchdown.
So 38-25. And they'll go for 2 here.
Tight bunch set to the right side.
Wirtz wants to throw it
Same
again.
thing.
Going to Mashad.
He
And he
does
got
it
it.
again. Yep.
So the 2-point conversion for Georgia Southern. And all of a sudden, it's a 38-27 game.
Wirtz is doing it all today. He's doing it with his feet, doing it with his arm. And Georgia Southern still in this ball game. Wirtz looks left. Nice throw and delivery there. Puts the ball on the outside for Mashad to make the catch.
Mashad 6'4", 220.
Right. And again, it's almost like the back shoulder throw.
Yeah.
He's throwing it to the back hip on the pylon. So 2-point conversion, he throws it up high. And again, that's a 50-50 ball that with the mismatch in height there, Rashad just out jumps Jeremy Smith for the 2-point conversion.
6:51 left to go in the third, and Arkansas State with a 38-27 lead, but this Georgia Southern team very resilient, as Tyler Bass will kick it off. Low line drive kick that time, and Bowling's going to field it. And he's coming near side, runs into his own man, but still going, and Bowling finally brought down at about the 29-yard line.
Good return by Brandon Bowling. Again, you can see the ball. He's on the left side. He comes all the way across to the right, trying to break down the lanes that these guys are taking on the coverage team.
So Arkansas State now will have it 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line, and got a field goal on their last drive down the field. But the way this is going, Pete, they're going to need more than field goals.
Yes. Yeah, they have to match touchdown for touchdown.
Hatcher, play fake, looking down the middle, got tight end. That's Reed Tyler. Well, last week,
the unknown guy.
The tight ends got involved just a little bit last week, 16 yards on the pickup.
Well, when you're worrying about Bayless, Adams, Merritt, that opens up the tight end and the slot guy.
Jones, the ball carrier, and battling to get a couple of yards there. So Jamal Jones.
There's a penalty after the play right here. And it's Reed Tyler getting mixed up with Brinson, the corner.
After the play, personal foul, defense number 4, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Yeah, so that was Monquavian Brinson. Those penalties are just, you just can't have them if you're going to win football games.
Foolish.
Yeah.
Foolish. They kill your team. I mean, that changes field position dramatically now. Now they take Brinson out.
Yeah, they do. I was just going to mention that. So 1st and 10, 38-yard line. Hatcher got pressure, can't get away. He is dropped back at the 46-yard line by Raynard Ellis.
One of the very few blitzes that Georgia Southern runs today. The middle linebacker, Raynard Ellis, comes through, knocks Jamal Jones back, and he finishes. Ellis finishes the sack.
What's a running back to do in a situation like that?
You try to cut the guy, to be honest, not take him up high.
On 2nd and 18, they'll swing it out to Jones on the near side. Got one block out there, and he is dropped at the 39-yard line. Got a nice block from Jonathan Adams. And that's going to present a 3rd down situation for Arkansas State. Be about 3rd and 13. So Arkansas State now in this situation on 3rd down and 13, and Georgia Southern's been getting some pretty good pressure on Lane Hatcher here. And blitz from the outside, he gets rid of the football, gets his receiver over on the far side, Omar Bayless. It's going to be short of the 1st down at the 31-yard line.
Lane Hatcher did a great job of seeing both the inside linebacker come on a blitz and the outside backer come off the edge to the field. Gets rid of the ball quickly to Omar Bayless to set up this 4th and 2. He didn't take the sack, which was a good thing.
So 4th and 2. Reed Tyler's checked back into the game. 2 receivers to the near side. Both of these teams have been good in stopping 4th down situations, and Arkansas State's going to take a timeout here with 4:52 left to go in the 3rd, and Arkansas State with a 38-27 lead.
First charge timeout, Arkansas State.
And welcome back. 4th down and 2 for Arkansas State as they send Blake Grupe out there. And he's going to attempt a field goal. They'll spot it at the 37, so a 47-yard attempt for Grupe. He's made 13 out of 14 this year. And his long has been 46. And it's no good. So the field goal attempt no good by Grupe. So with 4:46 left to go in the 3rd, and Georgia Southern trailing by 11, they'll get the football back.
All right. Defense now.
So we've seen this Georgia Southern team, because they've been behind, have to throw the football more than they normally do, and they've been pretty successful doing it.
They've thrown the ball with some success, but the biggest thing is biggest plays have come with Shy Werts running the football versus pressure. Yeah. Here's play action.
1st and 10, and he is going to elude the pressure for the moment and send it downfield, and the catch made down there by Mashad. And that's going to be enough for the 1st down at about the 41-yard line.
Is this guy quick or what? I mean, his ability to escape pressure and then keep his eyes upfield and have awareness.
That was a really good pass right there.
That was an excellent pass, yes. 1st down, Georgia Southern.
1st and 10 from the 41-yard line. Arkansas State in that 4-man front. Werts will pitch it back, and not much going on right there as a nice tackle. Wesley Kennedy, the ball carrier, and Darian Jackson came over to make the stop.
Forced the ball going sideways right there, and Darian does a great job there for a 1-yard loss. The option was well defended by everyone to the right side of the Arkansas State defense.
That'll bring up a 2nd down and 11.
Jeff Mario Brown forcing the pitch there. Stayed square. Didn't turn his shoulders to give Werts a chance to run the ball upfield.
Gerald Green, the running back for Georgia Southern, as Werts will roll to the right, looking to throw. Some pressure, and he'll just throw it away. And a penalty marker's down.
William Bradley King, I believe, is going to get called for a late hit on the quarterback.
Well, he took a big hit earlier in the game. And he's being helped off the field right now.
Well, the backup, Justin Tomlin, he played most of the game against LSU in the first game of the season and then played.
Personal foul, targeting, defense. Previous plays under further review.
Targeting, okay.
Nope. That was Darian Jackson.
Darian Jackson,
yeah.
Excuse me, not William Bradley King. My mistake. This is one the quarterback leaves his feet. And as Darian's coming forward, it looks like he's trying to go hit him in the chest.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. It was so Shai Werts, the quarterback for Georgia Southern, seems to be okay there. As you mentioned, Justin Tomlin, the backup, and who has played some very productive football this fall earlier in the year.
Here Werts is looking, scrambling. Darian Jackson, I think he hits him in the chest.
It looked to be, and Werts
on that
put his hand to the chest.
Wow. This will be interesting. I don't know if the crown of the helmet hit him in the face mask or not.
Well, that could have been.
After review, there is no foul for targeting. Delta plays an incomplete pass. Third down.
That's a good call.
Yeah.
Good call.
So that'll bring up a 3rd down and 11.
Your quarterback, Coach Lunsford's yelling. He was defenseless. The quarterback jumped in the air.
Right.
I don't know how you tell a defensive guy. He kept his feet on the ground. If Darian would have wrapped him up and taken him in the ground, would that have made a difference? I don't. Good call by the officials. 3rd down.
So Werts comes back out on the field. 3:26 to go here in the 3rd. And a 3rd down and 11 for Georgia Southern.
3-man front for Arkansas State. Going to play coverage here.
Ooh, William Bradley King nearly found him, but nothing doing right there. Logan Westcott, one of the first guys in there, along with Takua Hoye. So the play ends back inside the 40, a loss of about 2. And that'll bring up a 4th down and 12.
And there was a spy for the Arkansas State defense that time. Yes, they did not allow Shai Werts to get the ball up the field and beat the defense with a long run again. Good job by the Red Wolves on 3rd and long.
So Anthony Beck, the punter, averaging 41.2 yards a kick on the year. You see his numbers there on 51 punts. And Edmonds with the fair catch inside the 25 at the 23-yard line. So 2:30 left to go here in the 3rd.
Good defensive series by Arkansas State again. Defense is rising up to the challenge right now.
Lane Hatcher tried to get his team back in the scoring column. Got it 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Murray on the right side, and he's driven out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Gain of about 1 on the play there.
Renard Ellis, what speed he shows to knock Marcel Murray out of bounds for a half-yard gain, I guess. Wow.
There you see Omar Bayless, 24 receiving touchdowns. Eric Thomas, the all-time leader. T.Y. Hilton, Marcus Green. Bayless with 1 so far today. On 2nd and 9, play fake, Hatcher. And got his man right there. Should be enough for the 1st down. Omar Bayless.
Nice job Merritt's in the slot to the left. He runs a flat route. Bayless drives up the field 12 yards, runs a curl route inside, beating the coverage.
And they're going to say just short of the first down, so it's going to bring up third down and less than a yard. Murray, and it's going to be close. The Georgia Southern players are saying he didn't get it. And he didn't. I mean, the spot, he might have lost a half yard or so.
Dylan Springer, the defensive end on the left side of the Georgia Southern defense, got penetration that time and prevented Marcel Murray from making the first down. Excellent penetration by Springer.
That's going to bring up a fourth down situation. Looks like Arkansas State's going to go for it.
Wonder if they go hard count here. Try to draw them off sides.
And now a timeout's called by Arkansas State. Well, they had Marcel Murray back there, and then he ran up
Second
towards the
charge
line of
timeout.
scrimmage.
Arkansas State. Should be a 30-second timeout.
To a wide receiver to the left, and then moved Murray up, and he was trying to draw him offside with the hard count. Georgia Southern was ready for that movement. 25 seconds to go in the quarter. I would be surprised if Coach Anderson didn't let Cody Grace punt it.
Well, that would probably be the prudent thing to do, Pete. I think
we've seen some crazier things, though.
Yeah, some things have happened. I'll tell you, over the last couple of weeks, we saw Coastal Carolina go for it from their own 19 on fourth down.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. We sure have.
So this game took a real turn in the final 2.5 minutes of the first half. It looked like Arkansas State was just cruising along, and then that safety,
right,
with Hatcher being brought down in the end zone, and then an ensuing touchdown. And we're now in a 38-27 game. Cody Grace back at the 20-yard line. A senior from Perth, Australia. Two of his brothers made the trip.
Wow.
And that's a beautiful kick. Fair catch being called all the way back inside the 20 at the 19-yard line.
That's called flipping the field right there.
That sure is.
Yeah, that's what Cody Grace has done so many times in his career here at Arkansas State. And now you're going to force Georgia Southern to go 81 yards.
Well, with 18 seconds left to go here in the third quarter, Arkansas State leads at 38-27.
Inverted wishbone by Georgia Southern.
Well, you just don't see that much anymore.
No, not at all. Now they put a guy in motion.
And Wirtz will pitch it back. Green breaks a couple of tackles. Still going. Finally knocked out of bounds across the 35 to the 37-yard line. Gerald Green. Nice run right there. And 9 seconds left to go here in the third.
When you put that deep back in motion and then you have the right halfback, you have two lead blockers there. They both got excellent blocks on the perimeter, allowed the pitch back to find a seam. Big run into the quarter.
19 yards on that pickup right there. So we're going to move to the fourth quarter here. And Arkansas State and Georgia Southern. 38-27, the Red Wolves lead it. And welcome back here to Centennial Bank Stadium, Jonesboro, Arkansas. Great to be with you. Roger Twyvell, Pete Cordelli, and Maya Garrett. 38-27, Arkansas State leads as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. And Shai Wirtz so far passing 11 of 16, 113 yards and 2 touchdowns. They average 9 passes a game on the season. But playing from behind, they've gone to the air a little bit more. But this is what they do. And there's a penalty marker down as Kennedy is rolled out of bounds at the 43-yard line.
Caleb Kelly, the left tackle for Georgia Southern, pulled was blocking the corner and held him. So there'll be a penalty, holding penalty.
You've been pretty good on the calls up here today, Pete.
It's for when you see
Holding.
You think he's checking with what did Cordelli say up there?
Holding. Offense, number 50. 10-yard penalty. Repeat
There you
first
go,
down.
right on.
Thank you, Mr. Referee.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
I finally got something right after 6 games.
Brings me to the point, though. Is there a
Yeah.
prototypical lineman for this? First, let's check in with Maya Garrett. Maya?
Wilson, number 61, was actually told that he would never play another down of football. What happened was he started experiencing blurry vision, so he went to get it checked. Find out he had a detached retina, so he had surgery on the eye. And he had to have 3 more surgeries just to get this vision back. So now he's using his peripheral vision just to see and having to use goggles and a special visor to protect his eye. He is now a 2019 Mayo Clinic Player of the Year, and he's also up for an Orangeboro Courage Award. Roger, back to you.
Okay, Maya, thank you very much. That's a great story. And
Yes.
on that play right there, the pressure came, and Wirtz not able to elude the pressure. And, I mean, it was just that whole front there, William Bradley King,
Two-man
Javier
route.
Carbonell, they were all there.
Yeah, and it was a 2-man route, which means Georgia Southern's in max protection. So Wirtz keeps holding the ball, but William Bradley King does a great job of getting penetration. Caleb Hood trying to run the post route there, and he was very well covered by B.J. Edmonds.
That'll bring up a 2nd down and 22. Just underway here in the 4th quarter from Jonesboro. Run to the left. Wirtz will pitch it back to Kennedy. And driven out of bounds, and a penalty marker. Tackle was made by Darian Jackson.
Very well defended that time.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 34. 15-yard penalty, includes an automatic first down.
Oh, wow.
That's huge. But very well defended there. Jeff Mario forcing Wirtz to pitch the football. Darian Jackson keeping outside leverage, forcing the ball out of bounds. But when you get outside the white, the black, and into the green, you got to let the ball carrier go. So it's one of those things that.
No, that's a good call.
Yep.
That is a good call right there.
Got to know when the play is over.
That's a call that, from the Arkansas State standpoint, you don't want to see in the 4th quarter to allow this Georgia Southern team to continue this drive, because they had them in,
Had him in the hole.
Had him in the hole,
had him backed
absolutely.
up. Yes, sir.
So now they got a 1st down and 10, and Wirtz is going to roll to the right, wants to throw the football on the run, and that's incomplete. Wirtz trying to find somebody downfield. Good pursuit there by the
Jeff Mario Brown.
Yeah, Jeff Mario Brown was the man chasing him.
Jeff Mario Brown has some speed now. For a guy his size at 6'3", 230, he runs pretty well, and forcing the incompletion there. But Jeff Mario doing a nice job, almost with the sack, but 2nd and 10. Romanique on the coverage.
Wirtz and trips at about the 34-yard line. Kevin Thurman was on the pursuit.
That's great effort. I mean, that is tremendous effort by Kevin Thurman, knowing the only chance he has is to lay out, sacrifice his body, and swipe with his hand. Big play, KT. The senior coming through for a huge tackle on 2nd down.
And he's another guy. He played through a broken hand this year.
Had a club on, didn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. But, yeah, watch this play here.
He just reaches out and then
Just tripped
his
him up.
right hand does a great job tripping Wirtz.
3rd down and 11. 3 receivers to the top, and play is stopped.
Penalty delay game.
You haven't been wrong yet, Pete.
I hope I can keep it going.
Play game.
Yeah, there you
There you
go.
go. All right.
Number 1, 5-yard penalty, remains third down.
Whew, that is big too.
Yeah.
I mean, anytime you can put this offense in a lost yardage situation, that is tremendous for the defense. Now, Arkansas State showing the 3-man front. So, again, they need to have a spy guy on Wirtz so he can't beat them with the run like he's done earlier in the game.
3rd down and 16. 3 receivers to the top. 12:04 left to go here in Jonesboro. Wirtz has got to move. Chambers giving pursuit. And he drags him down at the 32-yard line. Tajay Chambers.
There's that spy linebacker. Tajay Chambers doing a tremendous job of forcing Wirtz to the sideline and then finishing the play with the tackle. Boy, Jeff Mario Brown, Kevin Thurman, Tajay Chambers all coming up big on the last 3 plays for Arkansas State.
We'll bring up a punting situation on 4th and 16 for Georgia Southern. Anthony Beck.
I would say watch for the fake field goal, but they're not quite in position to do that. If it was more at the 50.
From the 20, nice high kick. Edmonds a fair catch call, and he makes it at the 28-yard line. So we'll take a pause here. 11:06 left to go from Jonesboro, and Arkansas State leads at 38-27. And welcome back. Sun Belt Conference scoreboard. Georgia State, Appalachian State winners. Monroe leading Coastal Carolina and Louisiana in the second quarter 14-3 over Troy. Here it's 38-27 Arkansas State. They've got it 1st and 10. 11:06 left to go in the game. And they have got it 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line. Arkansas State with only 40 rushing yards so far today. And they're going to get a few more here. And across the 35-yard line, nice pickup by Jamal Jones.
Excellent job on the left side of the Arkansas State offensive line by Jacob Still, Andre Harris, and Jared Horst to open up that running lane for Jamal Jones. Gosh, he's a physical runner. Well, he does a nice job finding the hole and getting upfield.
He's only lost 1 yard all year, carrying the football. I mean, that's really impressive. Hatcher throws it over the far side, and a penalty marker goes down as Tyler makes the catch. So Reed Tyler, the tight end, but there is a penalty marker down. He was wide open.
Holding. Offense, number 64. 10-yard penalty. Repeat 2nd down.
And that's Jacob Still, the center.
Still makes all the calls as which way to turn the protection depending on the front. And that flag came from deep in the defensive backfield there.
Didn't it?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
And it had some heat on it.
So make it 2nd and 12 now for Arkansas State. Hatcher looking over to the far side, and after making the catch, Adams slips there at the 31-yard line. Monquavian Brinson makes the tackle over there. So the passing game, which was so prolific, Pete, in the first half, it's kind of slowed down here.
Well, Arkansas State really hasn't thrown the ball deep
in
this half like they did in the first half. But Georgia Southern showing more blitzes and trying to create more confusion by bringing more bodies there and putting pressure on Lane Hatcher. So I think they're going to do it here on 3rd down as well.
3rd down and 8 for Arkansas State. Hatcher going to throw it down the far sideline and going up and making the grab, and the penalty marker down, but Adams makes a catch.
Wow. Chad Lunsford trying to lobby for an offensive interference call over there.
As the officials talk this one over.
Lunsford's telling the official that he thought Adams stepped out of bounds and he came back in, but I think he was pushed out of bounds.
I believe so, yes.
Good job. The receiver went out of bounds out of zone, then returned, was the first to touch the pass. It's illegal touching. So the penalty is lost it down at the previous spot. 4th down.
All right, so that nullifies a 40-yard reception right there.
Okay, let's see the replay on this. His hand's on his hip. He's driving him out of bounds. This is where you have to have that play reviewed.
Yeah.
That is terrible. Believe your eyes, folks. That is a bad call. Wow.
So that'll bring in Cody Grace to punt, standing back at the 15. That might have been partially blocked. Gets a nice roll inside the 30 down to the 28-yard line. So, timeout on the field. 9 minutes left to go here in Jonesboro and Arkansas State with a 38-27 lead over Georgia Southern. Welcome back. 38-27 Arkansas State leading Georgia Southern. 9 minutes left to go in this game from Jonesboro, and the Red Wolves have won 8 consecutive games in November, dating back to November 11th, 2017. So they've got the lead here now by 11, and 1st and 10 for Georgia Southern. Shai Wertz will pitch it back, and really nowhere to go, and a terrific job there by the defense for Arkansas State. Jeremy Smith, the first man there. That was a really good contain job, Pete.
Yeah, it really was. 61, Drew Wilson. Again, this is where they pulled the tackle. Georgia Southern does to try to get an extra blocker on the perimeter, but excellent job of the defense keeping their outside arm and leg free and squeezing the ball back inside.
Loss of 4 on that last play, so it's 2nd down and 14. 2 receivers split to the top for Georgia Southern. Wertz looking near side, and he's going to be dropped from behind. So Wertz was brought down by William Bradley King, the sack leader in the Sun Belt.
That's number 8. But let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Gerald Green at 5'9", 195 pound, the freshman running back. You're really asking him to block William Bradley King? What a mismatch. Great job, WBK, getting pressure and the sack. 3rd and long. Again, this defense has really put Georgia Southern in some long yardage situations.
This will bring up a 3rd down and 16, and Georgia Southern with 2 receivers to the top of your screen and to the near side. Wertz, just a straight drop. He had a lot of pressure there. Ball is up in the air and incomplete. And a penalty marker down in the backfield.
So foul, roughing the passer. Defense, number 7. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So William Bradley King on a 3rd and 16.
Arkansas State getting hands go to the face mask. That you got to call that. Anytime the hands are up. Great pressure again by William Bradley King. He shows you how strong and explosive he is. But his hands came across the face mask of the quarterback.
What do you tell your player in that situation?
Steady your hands going up. Go sideways. Wrap your shoulders.
Okay.
You know.
So 1st and 10. 7:30 left to go. At the 36-yard line. And Wertz will pitch it back. Green, the ball carrier, makes a nice bit of yardage there as he gets across the 40 up to the 43-yard line.
Georgia Southern very efficient of getting the running backs running that arc to the outside. And here's the rule. If you're the lead blocker, you want to aim 1 yard outside the outside knee of the defender, because eventually the defender has to come to you, and when he does, you try and cut him.
2nd down and 2. Wertz sends it back to Kennedy, and he is tripped up and maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage. Both Darian Jackson was out there along with Jeff Mario Brown.
Darian Jackson does a great job of stringing the play out. And again, you're sliding to the outside. You're keeping the ball on your inside shoulder. But number 7, Gerald Green, doesn't get enough width. And he ends up inside out, pushing Darian outside and forcing the ball inside. And great pursuit by Jeff Mario Brown. Coach Duggan always talks about that backside pursuit is so important on every play.
3rd down and 2, 6:15 left to go. Wirtz wants to throw it. And incomplete, and a penalty flag. Anthony Switzer back there on the coverage, and there's also a penalty flag in the backfield.
The ball was thrown short. B.J. Edmonds turned at the last second.
There are 2 fouls on the defense. Personal foul, roughing the passer, 90. That penalty's declined. Pass interference, defense, number 31. 15-yard penalty, first down.
Wow.
So, Ahoye with the roughing the passer, and Switzer with the pass interference.
I got to tell you, Ahoye can't buy a break. The ball, the arm was coming forward by Shai Wirtz when Ahoye hit him. I don't know how you tell a guy not to hit the quarterback in that situation.
So Georgia Southern now 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. 6:05 left to go. They trail it 38-27.
Split gun, unbalanced to the field here. Georgia Southern thinks they have numbers to the field. See if they get the ball on the perimeter to the left.
And the handoff right up the middle, and no going there for Wesley Kennedy. Maybe a yard.
This defense is fired up right now.
Yeah.
They're a little tired of all the yellow flags that have been on the field here in this series. But this is how Georgia Southern runs this offense. They run the dive, see what they have. Now they'll come back with either a play-action pass or getting the ball on the perimeter.
This crowd is still, the boos are still
I don't blame them.
Echoing through Centennial Bank Stadium. 2nd and 10. Wirtz wants to throw the football. He's got one receiver over on the far side, and it's dropped. Now another penalty flag. Darian Jackson was giving chase of Shai Wirtz.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense, number 34. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
They've had more penalty yards in this drive.
That's the third 15-yard penalty on this drive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, as we see here on the screen, Wirtz looking left, starts to move out, points to his receiver to move up. Okay.
Yeah. You just have to move to the side.
Darian probably should have pulled off right there. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, that definitely was a penalty.
You can tell when there's space between you and the quarterback when to move off.
And it was helmet to helmet too. Targeting.
Yep.
Previous plays under further review.
So now they're going to take a look at that.
Well, here we go again. 5:17 left in the game. 11-point ball game. Defense going to have to come up with a stop.
And this defense for Arkansas State has been on the football field a lot tonight.
Yes, they sure have. But the penalties have kept extending drives. That was a drop pass right there. Well, hey, keep playing. Got to talk to them about not getting penalties that keep drives alive. That's huge.
All right, 5:17 left to go. 38-27. Arkansas State with the lead as they take a look at this last play. And Shai Wirtz has taken a number of hits tonight, right? Yeah. I mean, he's one tough kid. He's been very impressive for a team that averages like 9 passes a game. I mean, they've shown that they can throw the football.
Yeah.
And his ability to run has been very impressive.
There's a difference between being physical and being smart. I mean,
After
when
review, there is targeting by number 34 of the defense. Number 34 is disqualified for the remainder of the contest. The 15-yard penalty has already been assessed. First down.
So Darian Jackson was sent off last week.
But it was a personal foul situation. It wasn't targeting.
Right.
And it was his second personal foul.
Exactly.
So that's why he could play tonight.
Right.
But now with targeting, he'll miss the first half at South Alabama next week.
Yeah. So 7 penalties for 80 yards now for Arkansas State, and that's the third 15-yard penalty on this drive. So 1st and 10, 25-yard line. Kennedy's in motion. Wirtz wants to throw it. He is hit as soon as he lets it go, and that pass is incomplete down at the goal line.
And there's a lineman down for Georgia Southern. Drew Wilson was down, but he's back up.
Jeff Mario Brown was in pursuit that time of Wirtz, and back there on the coverage was B.J. Edmonds.
Yeah, they had a 3-man route that time. They had the outside receiver running a post, the inside receiver running a wheel down the boundary, and then the third receiver coming out to the flat. Wirtz tries to throw the ball to the wheel man, but the ball was thrown out of bounds.
2nd and 10. Just one receiver split out to the top. Wirtz looking in that direction. Throws it high up into the end zone and incomplete. 2 defenders back there. Edmonds was one of the players in the coverage along with Jeremy Smith.
B.J. Edmonds does a great job of seeing the football, breaking on the ball, and knocking it out of the receiver's hands. Jeremy Smith's in the one-on-one coverage early in the route, and then Edmonds flips his hips, puts a burst on, and does a great job of knocking that ball out of the back of the end zone.
5:01 left to go. 3rd down and 10.
Jeremy Smith as well. Good defense.
Wirtz going back to that far side over there, and the catch. There is a signal touchdown. I haven't seen the official. The signal is touchdown.
Wow. They go to him again.
25 yards on the touchdown pass. So Shai Wirtz with the touchdown pass. Let's take a look at that again.
Wirtz looking to his left all the way, lets it go. Jeremy Smith gets turned around.
And that was Mashad.
Mashad comes up
Yes.
with the reception there, but Jeremy Smith got turned around there and allowed Mashad to turn back to the sideline to make the catch. Now Georgia Southern going to go for 2 here.
Well, that makes it 38-33. So they are going to go for 2 points here. Kennedy, the running back. Wirtz is going to throw back to that side and overthrows his intended receiver, Mashad. So
there's not a penalty, is there?
No, I don't see one as of yet. So 4:50 left to go, and it's 38-33, a 5-point lead for Arkansas State. Welcome back. The Arkansas State lead now with 4:50 left to go is 5 points, 38-33. Pete got 2:33 to go in the first half. They led 35-10.
Yes. And been outscored 23-3 here.
This has been quite a comeback by Georgia Southern as Tyler Bass gets set to kick it off. And out of the end zone. So Arkansas State with 4 minutes and 50 seconds left to go will put it in play at the 25-yard line. So they've really not run the football much tonight.
No.
Around 50 yards in rushing. And they really haven't gone for the deep pass here.
In the second half.
Yeah.
Right. The last deep throw was the one we saw for 40 yards to Jonathan Adams,
right,
which was ruled illegal touching. So now you have to control the clock with your 4-minute offense here. Georgia Southern, they have all 3 of their timeouts left. Arkansas State with 1.
Jamal Jones in there at running back, so we've not seen Marcel Murray of late. Jones gets the call. He's got some room. Jones across the 40 and to the 43-yard line.
Excellent job by the interior of the Arkansas State offensive line, creating a seam for Jamal Jones, running between Jacob Still and Ivory Scott on the right side there.
17 yards on the pickup for the senior from Memphis, Tennessee.
Let's see if this Arkansas State offense can answer with a touchdown and put this game away.
And you want to use some time here.
Yes. Snap it. Like to snap it under 5 if you can.
4:10 left to go in the game. With 4, they put it in play. And Jones again. You want to stay right there. Another first down across the 45. And that's where they will spot it. So a couple of really nice runs by Jamal Jones. This one for 13 yards.
Jones was starting to come up inside behind the right guard. Saw the linebacker blitz for Georgia Southern. Bounced it outside. There was no contained man there. 13-yard gain for JJ.
Well, this appears to be the plan right now to run the football here, Pete.
And Marcel Murray on the sideline right now, possibly with ankle situation.
Ankle has bothered him since early in the year. Again, Jones. Well, I'll tell you what, he is a hard runner inside the 40 to the 39-yard line.
Ramirez, Scott still doing a great job of creating a seam for Jamal Jones. First tackler has not brought him down yet.
We approach the 3-minute mark here in Jonesboro with Arkansas State leading Georgia Southern 38-33. Oh, it's been a tale of 2 entirely different halves.
Yes. 3 touches for Jamal Jones on this drive, 36 yards gained. Very productive so far.
2nd down and 4. Jones hesitates. Now he goes, and he's got the first down to the 31-yard line. What a great move right there. I mean, he almost came to a complete stop, then found his spot, and then took off.
You teach the running back on the inside zone. You sink the ball to the heels of the offensive lineman. But once their feet stop, then you look for the cutback. Control, burst, acceleration. Jamal gets up inside, sees that there's nothing there, cuts it back inside, and accelerates on contact, protecting the football moving forward.
Georgia Southern's got all 3 of their timeouts remaining as we approach the 2-minute mark. 1st and 10 for Arkansas State. Jones, again, inside the 30 to the 28, and Chad Lunsford, he wants a timeout. So they call a timeout with 1:59 left to go. You know, this is a
First
great
timeout,
story
Georgia
with
Southern,
Jamal
they're first.
Jones, because
this would be a 30-second timeout.
you could say he was the 5th-string running back when the season started. Had that injury last year, missed the majority of last season.
Right.
And I'll tell you, he has come through here. You had Ryan Graham go down with the knee injury. Marcel Murray with the ankle injury earlier this year. The freshman Azubuike, he out for the year with an injury. I mean, you can just go down the list of the running backs they lost, and I mean, he has just been terrific when he's gotten the opportunity.
Jamal Jones is from Memphis, Tennessee. Went to Tresvant High School. His senior year, they won the state championship on his running ability. So this guy knows what it's like to compete. And let me tell you what, there is no quitting this guy. And thank goodness he came back to this football team this year.
So Arkansas State now with 1:59 left to go. They've got a 2nd down and 8. And they lead it by 5. Jones tries Raymond Johnson slow in getting up.
It will be interesting to see if Georgia Southern takes this penalty. Because if you take the penalty, it's second down again. And now you can run, Arkansas State can run more time off the clock. Where if you decline the penalty, all right, it's going to be third down, and you have to feel pretty good about it.
Offense, number 70. That penalty, third down. Because the penalty occurred with less than 2 minutes by the team ahead, Georgia Southern has elected to start the play on the snap.
So Ivory Scott called for holding there, and he's talking to the official right now, pleading his case. So
Raymond Johnson is the injured player.
Yeah, he's
for Georgia
walking off
Southern.
the field right now.
Yeah, it's good to see him up and moving.
All right, Pete, so what do you do here? 1:51 left to go, third down and 8.
As much pressure as Georgia Southern's been bringing in this half, I wouldn't be surprised to see Arkansas State go with a screen to try to get that pressure up the field and then beat it with the quick throw and let the receiver or the running back get the ball up the field.
Or if you run it, they're going to have to use their second timeout, right? Well, interesting strategy here. Let's see what happens.
Right.
Third, let's call it a long 5.
Tight bunch to the field here for Arkansas State.
Well, Hatcher wanted to throw it. He's got some room. He can run it. He's lost the football. Still on the ground. And it looks like Arkansas State finally came up with it. The official's first signal was it was Arkansas State's football. Now, let's see what happens when.
Wow. Kirk Merritt, I think, came up with the ball.
Running on the field was a fumble recovered by the offense. It's fourth down. Timeout, Georgia Southern. Their second charge timeout. This will be a 30-second timeout.
All right. Hatcher carrying the ball loosely in his left arm. Ball gets bounced out.
Kendrick Duncan knocked it loose.
Yes. And Ramirez recovers the football. Merritt comes in from the other side, but Ernesto Ramirez jumps on the football, so Arkansas State retains possession.
All right. Well, that's going to bring up a fourth down and 10, the ball right about the 30-yard line. So you'd be looking at a 47-yard field goal. And
which group he missed going the other way.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
His longest has been 46. So
one timeout remaining for Georgia Southern, 1:35 left to go. And Groupie is going to come on to attempt that field goal.
Slight breeze from the north. It doesn't look like the flags are too badly blowing there in the wind.
It is into the wind. So Cody Grace, the holder. Blake Groupie, 13 out of 15 this year. Kick is up and
no good.
No good.
Missed it right.
So, Georgia Southern, trailing by 5, will get the football back. 1:29 remaining and one timeout left. We saw a thriller last week where Arkansas State in the final 2 minutes able to drive down the field to defeat Coastal Carolina. So let's see what Shai Werts can do with this his Georgia Southern team.
And Darian Jackson not on the field for Arkansas State after the targeting call. So
38-33, Arkansas State with the lead. Werts wants to throw the football and completes it to the 42-yard line to Mark Mashad. That's been his go-to guy.
6'4", 220-pound senior is Mashad, and he's a physical mismatch for anybody.
13 yards on that pickup. Werts wants to throw it again and finds his receiver and still going down inside the 35. Big pickup right there by Thompson. And look at this run-oriented team throw the football right now.
Yes.
1:12 left to go. Wirtz again, and that's incomplete at the 30. 1:06 remaining.
Arkansas State playing zone defense right now. Not bringing a whole lot of pressure, but Wirtz stepping up and making some throws.
Caleb Bonner was there on the coverage on that last play. So 2nd down and 10. Two receivers split to the near side, one to the top.
Arkansas State playing dime coverage with a middle receiver.
Wirtz under pressure, throws it to the near side and incomplete. So Kevin Thurman was given chase back there.
Excellent job.
And that'll bring up a 3rd down and 10.
Excellent pressure by the 3 defensive linemen that time. Thurman, Carbonell, William Bradley King.
59 seconds left to go.
You have 2 safeties deep on the hash, and B.J. Edmonds and Antonio Fletcher. And then Switzer is the middle safety there reading the quarterback.
Kennedy, the running back, on 3rd down and 10. Wirtz going to try to run it, and right there was Thurman. Drops him at the line of scrimmage. Kevin Thurman.
3rd and final charge timeout. Georgia Southern.
And Georgia Southern has taken their last timeout.
Boy, Kevin Thurman is doing a great job of applying pressure to Shai Wirtz. And his motor is nonstop. Physical guy right now. And these tackles, Kelly and Wilson for Georgia Southern, having trouble with Kevin Thurman and William Bradley King.
51 seconds left to go. It'll be a 4th down and 11. So they need to get inside the 25, Pete, down to about the 23-yard line.
Yeah, I don't see them taking a deep shot here. I think they play for the 1st down. So
is there a spy on Wirtz right now?
Yes. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Caleb Bonner and Tajay Chambers. Whatever side Wirtz comes to, that linebacker's responsible for him. Yes. Now, the other linebacker, fine work. Find the nearest threat to you and go to him. Plaster the receiver. Mug him up is what they say. As he gets near you, go to him.
2 receivers to the top, 2 to the near side. Kennedy, the running back, on 4th down. Wirtz eludes some of the pressure. Still running, trying to outrun the pressure, and he is close to the 1st down as he got it inside the 25. And have to see where they mark it.
They're going to measure here, which they should. It's going to be close.
It's going to be very close.
It is going to be close. Again, that's just the speed of Wirtz, outrunning the linebacker there. It's what makes him such an exceptional athlete.
He'll come all the way across to the other side of the field. Mm-hmm.
Short.
It's short.
Wow.
Georgia Southern not able to convert on 4th down. And the football will go over to Arkansas State with 40 seconds remaining and a 5-point lead.
How many times have you heard that it's a game of inches?
All the time.
Yes, sir. That is the truth.
Please reset the game clock to 42 seconds. 0-4-2 on the game clock.
All Arkansas State has to do is snap it once in the victory formation, and the game will be over.
On the field was that the runner was short of the line to gain. Turn the ball. Previous play is under further review.
So they're going to review this last play. So the ruling on the field was that short of the 1st down.
Okay.
So this is very subjective now, okay?
This is what drives me crazy.
Yeah.
Last week, we hardly got any plays under review.
Yeah.
Tonight, we've had 7, 8. What, week to week, it's not consistent. But hey, let's see what happens.
I think on this particular play, where you're trying to determine.
I'm watching a replay on the big board, and his left hand went down short. And so wherever his arm goes down.
The ruling on the field is confirmed.
So the ruling on the field is confirmed.
First down.
Yes. Wow.
Man, what a I mean, something might happen in the final 42, but what a fascinating game tonight.
Yes.
I mean, the way the first half was going, and here's a look. Shai Werts, what a terrific player this young man is.
Tajay Chambers and Romanique come up. I mean, Romanique does a great job of throwing his body at him.
So Arkansas State victory formation.
Arkansas State still undefeated in November.
Congratulations to Jonathan Adams Jr., the player of the game. All right, Pete, final thoughts.
I'll tell you what, for